Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday night. Random night for me to stream, I know, but things have been nuts here. If you enjoy the beat, Disco Duck, thank you. That was a beat from Mo Podna, and their SoundCloud is linked in the description. They also made my other music, the one that sounds like, what is it, Show Me Love by Robin S. For more of my H3 after party vibe. So yeah, shout out Mo Podna. Oh, that ended very abruptly. I need to put a fade on that. Yeah, hi friends. Hi. So I wasn't on last night because my in-laws are in town, and so we have been showing them around, entertaining them. It's been a lovely time. We went to Boston today and took them to the Museum of Ice Cream, which was very cool. It was very cool. Highly recommend if there's one near you to check it out. It was just full of cute little surprises. It was like, to me, it was maybe as close as I've been to a Willy Wonka kind of feel of a place. Very whimsical and fun. I was the only one in our group that went down the big slide that leads down to like the sprinkles pool, and that shit cooks. That thing went fast, and it was awesome. Yeah, it's called the Museum of Ice Cream. Let me see, because I know there's some in different cities. Let's see where they have them. It's so sweet. It's really, really fun. Yeah, so it was a great time. So they have it in Boston, Chicago, LA, Vegas, Miami, New York City, and Singapore. And you can be gay there. It was awesome. There's lots of games and fun, different rooms, and again, not sponsored. Would love to be sponsored by the Museum of Ice Cream, but it was a really fun time. I think everyone had a blast, and it was just, something you've never seen before, and you get to have, all the ice cream you want. It was very cool. Yes, in the seaport, so it was beautiful. We did that, and we went for a walk. It was just a nice day. And then I was very disappointed with my lunch. I was pissed. We went somewhere, I'm not going to say where, but we went somewhere and I was just, the thing is, like, going to restaurants is so expensive now. And I am a decent to good, like, home cook. So if I go somewhere and the food isn't better or more interesting than I can make it home, and I have to pay like $30+ for it, I'm going to be upset. Like, you should not have a restaurant if you don't know how to cook a steak, for example. Oh no, what happened to my audio? What happened? What happened? What's going on with my audio? Are you fucking with me? Audio's good here. Audio's fine. Okay. Manasa. Okay, great. Not too loud, not too quiet. Oh, Haley put out a new video? Awesome. Shoot me a link and we can watch it later. What am I even talking about tonight? Oh, I feel like there's just so much going on. I wanted to start with just something really positive. I loved yesterday's episode. I thought it was so fun. It felt like a return to form, oh my God, I just got a Discord message. Alex, I finally got the app on, like, the desktop app. And so now I get notifications. Thank you. Oh, Battle of Casey-tron. Oh yeah, we got to watch that. But yeah, so yeah, I loved the episode. It was just so much fun, right? It just seemed like everyone was having a great time, building off the fun from the members episode where they just played Mario Kart. I don't know about anybody else, but I was playing Mario Kart while I watched. Like, I watched for a little bit, and then I was like, damn, I miss playing Mario Kart. So I pulled out my my Switch. and started playing, and it was just so much fun. So yeah, it feels like things are healing a little bit. Maybe it's the good news about the lawsuits. Maybe it's just like getting further from the drama. It just feels like stuff is healing. And I have to say, this moment, seeing Hila laugh as hard as she did, something, and you know, her and AB like messing around, that just, I don't know, it just healed something in me. So let's watch it and all laugh together. I mean, even Ethan, when AB attacked, saved him, he had a great laugh too. But it's just nice to see Hila happy. So here we go.
Sec, just hold it.
Everyone just had such a good time.
Sec, just hold it.
Like this is what we love from AB, you know? Falling down the stairs, making everybody laugh. So shout out to AB and Hila and Ethan and everybody else. It was just such a sweet moment, and yeah, it just feels like nature is healing to whatever degree it can, right? Oh my God, excuse me. So funny and heartwarming. It was just so lovely. Okay, so before we get into the non-H3 stuff, because we do have some, let's talk about the big lawsuit news from Friday, which is that Ethan Klein has officially gotten approval from a judge to subpoena Reddit and Discord for the identities of H3 snark moderators. And wouldn't you believe it, the snarkers are freaking out. But first, let's hear Ethan talk about what happened. Where is my OBS? There it is. Let's just listen to Ethan chat about it, and then we will look at what the snarkers are saying to just puff on some serious copium, because they are in trouble. Okay, here we go.
Let's hone in.
Lock it. All right.
Starting from, let's do the subpoena.
Okay.
Subpoena granted. Now, moderators, haters, snarkers are all in shambles right now because the order has come down straight from the judge, fresh from today.
There we go.
Let's go.
Let me move myself here.
The subpoena was granted by the judge against Reddit, or for Reddit and Discord, which means Reddit and Discord are being court ordered to turn over all relevant information pertaining to the named moderators, the named users that we identified. That includes IP addresses, that includes emails, that includes private messages, that includes, by the way, if they've bought Reddit Gold or anything like that, payment info, method.
They are fucking cooked. I think, I mean, Ethan has said this, but I think the private messages is where they are especially in trouble. Because, I mean, think about the way you talk with your friends in like a group chat and how you wouldn't want that to be leaked to the public. These people are chatting with each other specifically about trying to make someone's life a living hell. And you know how arrogant they've been, right? Just very, very sure of themselves, very sure that they are both doing the right thing and also not going to get in trouble. And so, you know, all roads lead back to Hasan. I'm not going to say that that's true, but I will be very interested to see how involved certain people are. And I think there might be some surprises, right? And hopefully we get to hear about the surprises, because I don't know how any of this is going to play out. I don't know how much Ethan is going to be allowed to share with us, but I hope we at least get some of the juice, right? Like, I hope we get to find out who's involved where, who the real puppet masters are. Maybe there's people we know about who are moderators. Like, I have no idea, but like, I can see Adam McIntyre being a moderator, right? Like, he is deep in this shit, you know? So, all right, let's keep going here. But I do think the private messages are going to be a real problem. It's going to be hard to defend that stuff, because I know I say shit in my group chats that is, you know, unkind, indefensible, right? The things you say with your like besties is not always the best, most generous version of yourself.
dress, whatever they have, we get.
It's amazing.
And by the way,
Well, he's saying we get, but I do have, I believe the stipulation is, will Discord and Reddit fight this subpoena? Like, I don't know what exactly comes next. And I don't know what recourse Discord and Reddit have in the face of this subpoena. Like, can they resist on the basis of freedom of speech? Like, will this become like a constitutional thing? I'm not entirely sure. So if you are interested in that, which I am, and I'll probably watch some legal folks after this to learn more about it, that's just something to consider, right? It might not be the smoothest road, because in the legal system it never is.
Best detail about this all, which
it is so ordered,
should not be missed on people, is that Denims and Casey Tron, they have the same lawyer. He agreed to this motion.
That's interesting. I don't know if I knew that Denims and Casey Tron had the same lawyer, because Casey Tron's in Missouri, right? Everyone has a crazy group chat. Like, that's the thing. People have wild, unpopular opinions about things, right? They just stay in the group chat, and that's okay. Like, as long as you're not making them your personality. Oh, I have a very crazy. I mean, it's not like cruel, but we just like say dumb shit to each other, you know? Reddit Discord could try and fight it, but why would they waste the money for a few fuckwits? Because it could set a dangerous precedent, I guess. That could be bad for them, right? It could show the kinds of people that they are enabling, platforming, aiding and abetting, you know? It could open a door that they don't want to open. I imagine their legal teams will be very cagey about this. I'm low-key concerned about Frogan. Whoever is giving her legal advice is doing her dirty. Yeah, I don't really understand what her strategy is here. Does she even have a lawyer right now? Legal Mindset also said Reddit and Discord have like a 0% chance of pushing back on the subpoena because they are served subpoenas all the time and give the info. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's good to know. I will say Legal Mindset, I feel like some of his opinions are not as objective as I would like. I think he's kind of in the drama sphere now, but we'll see. We'll see if he's right. Casey has a lawyer in Missouri and Cali. I think the one in Cali is shared with Denims. Okay, that's interesting. He can put some extra mustard on it for sure. All right, here we go.
Without dispute, this was a joint stipulation,
Yes.
which means they did not dispute that this subpoena is a good and necessary
thing, yeah.
Which means that they're not doing a lot to protect the moderators there. Mm-hmm. And
how's that taste, Snark mods? That's the thing. Like the whole stan culture thing is it's a very one-way street, right? It's these very parasocial fans and stans who are doing all this work to get, I don't know, adulation, notice, approval from their fave for doing like awful things to their enemies, their ops, right? But at the end of the day, like, they don't know you. They don't know you from Adam. And a lot of them probably don't care, right? You're not going to get that like wash of gratitude for that a lot of them think they're going to receive for basically diving on grenades for these people. But also they're like also planting the grenades or the landmines, right? Like they've made a very uncomfortable bed for themselves.
frankly, why should they? Right? You know?
He's
I mean,
so
they got
happy.
big enough problems. But anyway, yeah. You guys better pray that I don't find out a single one, because listen, as fucked as Denims is, as fucked as Frogan is, as fucked as Casey Tron is, you're going to be 3 times that fucked.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Because that's what we've thought, right? That this is what he really wanted. He wanted to he wanted to find an avenue that would get him to the mods, who are really the ones who have been stoking a lot of this. Like, yes, Denham's platformed Bad Empanada, right? And she sat there and sort of let a lot of stuff happen, right? But it was more chair reacting, right? It was more passive. Same with Frogan, same with Casey Tron, right? Like they haven't had like the 24/7 laser focus on maligning, defaming Ethan, Hila, the crew, trying to ruin their lives. So I understand why he really wants to go after these people, because that's where shit is festering. And it's the mods who set the tone, create the culture, moderate the chat or don't. So it makes sense to me that he would want to go after the real source of all this, right? Because most of the lies, most of the defamatory stuff was coming out of these snark subreddits and continues to, and is, sprayed onto TikTok and Twitter from these groups, and potentially from private discords, right? Direct messages, DMs, private messages, all of that, in some sort of coordination. And we're going to see how coordinated it really is, and see if we are giving them too much credit or not giving them enough credit for the amount of like astroturfing hatred for Ethan and the whole crew on the internet. One thing I don't get is you can do so much with the last names Saber and you choose the username Denims. Why? Yeah, I don't know why she went with Denims. This Abdel Monem kind of sounds like Denims. So is that like her real last name or one of her last names? I'm not sure. Not entirely sure. All right, what else you got to say, Ethan?
3 times?
3 times that fucked.
The Reddit
3 times.
No, 3 times.
mods.
They're being-
All 3. Now, hold on. Frogan, Denims, Casey Tron together.
They're all-
times 3?
No.
No.
So like 9?
Dan.
No,
No.
Dan.
No.
You're being obtuse.
No,
Hello,
I'm
Dan.
just trying. I'm not, actually. I'm trying to clarify.
They're all being sued once.
Correct.
In
right.
each of those lawsuits, the mods are named, which means all the mods are being sued 3 times.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
And guess what? You're just, and I already know you're an unemployed loser. But
Oh,
giving
shit.
you money or helping you. You're just, and I already know you're an unemployed loser with no prospects. This is what happens when you fuck around. You see what happens?
You'll
What is that
find
scene
out.
From Big Lebowski?
See what happens,
You
Larry?
see what happens, Larry?
See what happens when you fuck a stranger in
That's
the
it.
ass.
That's it. Y'all about to find out what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. You're about to see what happens. You know? Y'all thought I was playing games? I'm coming. Y'all thought, oh, Ethan's not going to get our info. Oh, look at Ethan. He's not this and that. Oh, Reddit's not going to give it. Oh, they're not going to give us up. You're done. You're cooked. I'm coming. All I need is your IP address.
And they've got
And so
that.
ultimately, they will have a charge of copyright infringement filed against them.
That's correct.
That's the idea.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
The charges
And
specifically.
I mean, they're gonna. So this is, within the copyright infringement lawsuit, right? But they're gonna get to find all kinds of other stuff. And I love the symbolism, whether it's not on purpose or deliberate, of Ethan wearing a shirt with skulls on it as he is exposing the next level of fuckedness for the snarkers, who almost certainly had a hand in those skulls being ordered to their house. Kate, you should have seen the clips from Hasan's stream today of literally being anti-Semitic and saying that he's hallucinating anti-Semitism again. Oh, I'm not surprised. We've got a little section on Hasan later. That means Ethan sent himself the skulls. Yes, he's telegraphing that right now. The skulls are a dog whistle for skulls. Oh, he's so symbolic and so cagey, So yeah, let's see if he's got anything else, any other harsh words for these folks.
Inducement of copyright. I don't know. There's some specific
inducement?
There's some specific terminology for it. But then also, because some of your cohorts leaked your Discord messages to us, we have some of your Discord IDs, and guess what?
Fuck.
We're gonna if anyone's gonna have your real identity, it's gonna be right there. We're gonna have all.
Yeah, I mean, to set up Discord, I mean, you have to give some information about yourself. I haven't. It's been a long time since I set up Discord. I don't know what I had to give them, but I imagine when you set it up, unless you set it up specifically for a nefarious reason, you're not really thinking about that, right? So it is. I mean, there's a chance that they use their real names and other information, and if they pay for Discord, they certainly have their like credit card information in there, and that is shit you can't make up, right? So it's gonna be a lot. Chat logs will probably have the grounds for harassment or other charges. Exactly. If it ends up being Dan all along, I'm making a movie about it. Listen, Haley, I had a thought last night. I was like, what if, and I don't think this is true, right? But like in my fiction brain, right, where I'm thinking about like the wildest twist that this could take, it's like, what if one of the crew is also a moderator? And so they're sitting there watching all of this, just like sweating, right? Of course, that's not going to happen. But what a story that would be, right? Just to know that they're like sitting there watching Ethan being like, I'm fucking coming for your ass. And they have to be like, let's read some donos. Ooh, I have a theory about a fan who is in the snark. Send it to me on Discord. I mean, if you want to post it here, that's fine. But yeah, I need to know what you think. That's why AB is always on the snark Reddit. He's actually a moderator. The Discord. Oh, okay, Haley's typing. What was the name of that user that had gotten banned? I think it's Choco Banana. That's another where I'm like, what if it's like all full circle, right? Yeah, we're all waiting for Haley. I'm just gonna pause the show and just wait. No pressure, Haley. No pressure. Oh my God. All right, I just want to see if Ethan has anything else to say. Swami, the head snarker.
You got mail.
Alex_the_fiction gave $2. We all know the head snarker is Swami.
That would be very funny. Oh wait, let me see this.
Peek at what's coming. And
this was the part that I wanted to show
What
you
are they
guys.
talking about?
They were fighting a lot. I don't.
We got T in chat. Okay. Where's Haley? Thank you, Clay. Shout out.
You got mail.
Clay Bentries Jr. gave $1.
Thank you, Clay. Nancy SoulCycle has been awfully quiet, and which I feel like Nancy SoulCycle was Ian, or a combo Ian Cam situation, and I will tell you why. If you listen to Nancy SoulCycle's voice, it sounds like when Ian does his steamy award voice. I'll have to do a side by side, but when I listened to the Nancy SoulCycle voice recently, because I was watching an old episode, I was like, that sounds like the same quality of Ian's voice when he does the best streamer of the year, that sort of British voice he does. 1 month ago, after they said they were hiring a super chat, he called her out. Oh, hang on. Did I miss a piece of this? I didn't. This is the first one. Okay. After they said they were hiring a super chat, super confident, bad. What does hiring a super chat mean? He called her out and said, girl, not with that overconfidence or something. She said, you'll be seeing a lot of me. I commented this on Reddit, but I cannot handle all the fat jokes on Pegasus and other T channels about Frogan. They aren't even good. Yeah, I will never be trafficking and all of that. I have a screenshot of her name somewhere on my phone. Haley, Haley speaks in riddles. Haley, are you at your computer? Do you want to just call in and tell us? Because that message, I don't understand it. I don't understand what you're saying here. After they said they were hiring a super chat. Super confident bad. What does this mean? He called her out. Who's he? And said, girl, not with that overconfidence or something. I'm too ADHD for this. Okay, well, if you want to call in on Discord, you can. Because I do want to hear what you're saying. But I don't really understand it right now. It's literally unwatchable. The fat jokes are reaching and so on and so. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're never going to see me making fat jokes about someone unless it's like I'll make them about a man. I'm not going to make them about a woman unless they make them at me first, right? But otherwise, yeah, you're not going to see that here. I am in a call right now. Do you want to do a group call? I mean, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Let me, where do you want to call? You going to call me on Discord? Yeah, my friend also didn't understand the message. Group call, group call, group call, group call. I want to join the group call. Alex, tell me where to go. On the Discord. All right, Alex is going to... Shit, fuck, what was that? Okay, can y'all hear that? Yeah, come on, everybody. Let's all get in the call. Hi, Gwamly. All right, we have our reporters on the street. Haley, can you hear me? Which doesn't make sense because her videos are beautiful. Well, we have Alex the Fiction in the building right now. Shout out, Alex. Okay, let me turn I had the mic off for some reason, it sounds like. Hang on one second. They cannot hear you. Is it working now? Can you say something, Alex? Why is it not working? What the fuck? I know, everybody. I'm trying to fix it. This is Casey Tron's fault. No, they can't. And I'm not sure why. Because the audio... Oh, let me see. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? You know what it is? 1 second. Cancel. I'm going to just add audio. 1 sec. All right, say something now.
This is Alex the Fiction here. Oh, Haley just joined us.
Can y'all hear Alex now?
Holy shit, there's a mega. Hold on.
Haley's
Oh
in here,
god.
too.
It's me. I'm always the problem.
Hi. Okay. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
We did it. Yay.
And the voices, they can hear us.
The voices, yes.
The H3 Galaxy. The H3
Also,
Galaxy
I
is
just
joined.
opened Discord and I have something called lesbian.mp3 from Deej NR8. So thank you for that. I can't wait to listen. I know what it is, but that was just fun. All right, Haley. So let us know what your theory is here. We love conspiracy theories.
Okay. Oh my god. Like, my mom had to hear all about it. She knows nothing about the show. But I have this whole conspiracy theory about it. So, okay, we're watching the show. We, as in me, myself, and I, were watching the show a few months ago, and I'm like, listening to this girl's super chat, and she donated like, not like a ton, but enough to get read, like over $20 or something.
Yeah.
And I have so many screenshots on my phone. It's like sickening. So who knows if we'll ever find it, but. She said something along the lines of, like, you're gonna want to read my resume, like, you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. It was, like, right after they announced that they were taking applications for editor. And so it was, like, this kind of, like, paragraph-long super chat, and I won't lie, it was cringe, you know, peace and love.
Yeah.
But it was, like, super, super cringe, and I was like, yikes. And so maybe, like, 10 minutes went by, and then he acknowledged it. He read it and was like, listen. With that overconfidence, no.
It was me. I was the super chatter.
Oh no. Okay, so wait, so Ethan said that?
Yes, he basically like shot her down right then and there and was like, because in her chat she goes, "You're going to be seeing a lot of me. Like everybody get to know my name. You're going to be seeing a lot of me." That's what she
very
said.
strange.
And it
Yeah,
really
that's
stood out
strange.
to me. I thought that was kind of weird behavior, and like, so if you're that overconfident in that, imagine how overconfident you can be with like an army behind you. And so I thought about her for a while because I was like, God, I would fucking never, like, again with love,
Of
I
course.
would never do that. That's
Yeah.
like very cringe. And so I just wonder, what is she up to nowadays?
I call it
I have to go through my screenshots.
the Ethan's basement effect. When someone
Yeah.
loves Ethan so much and they don't get the attention they deserve, they turn into a crazy obsessed snarker.
Yeah, and listen, I'm like a bloodhound for like weird behavior. I sniff it out. I know.
Same.
And so I saw that super chat, and in like before he even read it, I took a screenshot of it because I
Ooh,
saw
smart.
it and I was like, that shit's weird. I felt something for it, and so I swear I was like, I don't know why. And now it's kind of coming
Smart.
around all this snark stuff, and I'm like, bitch, who are you?
So we're thinking
girl.
fallen fan turned potential snark mod or just a snarker?
I don't know. I got really weird energy from that, and it really stood out to me, and I think about her sometimes. So
Well, here's the real
Where does she
question.
live?
How long until the three of us become fallen fans and snark mods?
never.
Oh, I'm already in there.
Stop it. Oh, Alex is fucked.
I'm not joking with these chats.
I'm not joking, bitch.
You can hear it, like in the background of this call. There's like police knocking on the door. They're like, FBI.
Oh my god. Well, thank you so much, Haley, for the tea. We will see what we can find. If you find
be a
the
nothing burger,
screenshot,
but-
yeah, but if you find the screenshot, send it on Discord, and we will see what happens and see if this person is named at all in the lawsuits, right?
We'll see, because if
We'll
that
see.
is true, I mean, like the chances are slim. But I'm gonna like go to the highest mountain that I won't die on and be like, listen, bitches, I knew the whole time. I knew it. But that might never happen,
I
so-
like nothing more than being right about a terrible person, and I have such a good one coming up tonight. So yeah.
Yay. We love that.
We
Carry
love
on,
that.
Carry on.
All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful night. Thank you
Love
so
ya.
much. Everyone go follow
girl.
Haley's comment and Alex the Fiction. Bye, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
guys.
y'all. Bye. Oh, thank you so much to Haley and Alex for joining the call with some tea. Oh, tea time call-in. Yeah, we should get a banner. But first, check out this banner that Deej made. Is Deej your name? Am I saying that right? I fat love feminism. Because someone in chat on Wednesday night during our feminism 101 chat put I fat love feminism, and I just love this so much. Like the video if you like this video. Thank you, Onion Green. Yes, I fat love feminism. Yeah, so I don't know who originally came up with that, but shout out to Mr. Mrs. Deej. Not sure of your pronouns, but thank you, Deej, so much for that. Okay, I think there's a little bit more. Yeah, let's do a little bit more of Ethan, and then we're going to show what's happening on Snark. Someone posted it on Reddit, so we'll take a look at that, and then we'll move on to some other things. It's perfect. My gender is Mr.
I don't remember what it was, but Sachin was having a little brain glitch.
All right, well, listen up, mods, haters, snarkers. It's going to start settling. These people still think this is a joke. All the snarkers and all the people, they keep coping hard about how, Ethan's delusional, his lawyer's an idiot, this is all whatever. And it's going to start dawning on you. This should be the first peek at what's coming. And what's coming.
And they're too stupid. Like, they have, lobotomized the part of their brain that covers and manages self-preservation, right? They are so down the snarker stan culture pipeline that they are like willing to go to jail over it almost, right? Like that's what it feels like. They're so certain. Like they have been gaslighted into a very, very dangerous situation for them. And what sucks is this could have stopped at so many places along the way. But apparently this is the only way they can learn, which sucks for them. But they have no one to blame but themselves at this point.
Thing is the full fucking weight of Lady Justice's big fat swinging titties.
What?
Big fat
And they're
swinging
coming, man.
titties. They're coming. Them titties are coming for you.
Here's what the judge said.
I forgot
Upon
that part.
consideration of the joint stipulation regranting plaintiffs leave to serve third-party subpoenas, and for good cause shown, the court hereby rules the following. The stipulation is granted. Yikes. Yikes. Yankees.
Ooh.
Ted Entertainment.
Right, and so what we know it means is that it's been granted that they can serve the subpoena. That's what this order is. What happens next from Discord and Reddit? Not entirely clear, but I guess legal mindset has said they have listened to and complied with subpoenas in the past, so it's likely they will comply with this. I don't know. I haven't verified that, but they are an actual legal expert. So
Payment, that's our business, may immediately serve the subpoena attached as Exhibit A to the stipulation of third parties, Reddit. May also serve the subpoena attached to Exhibit B, Discord.
Ooh.
Discord.
It is so ordered.
It is so motherfucking ordered.
Dated July 30th.
Let's go,
What
Wesley.
a beauty.
Signed by the great Honorable
Wesley.
Wesley L. Is that?
Sue.
Sue, I
Weasley
would
Little
say.
HSU. I thought it was.
Why would you?
Weasley little
How
liar,
dare
dude.
you, AB?
Hey, what the bro?
Fucking A,
But-
I love him. I'm just saying. I'm dyslexic. I read it wrong.
Well, take it back.
I take it back, and God bless America.
This is an honorable
And-
judge.
Yes.
Highly.
They should do like a Teddy Fresh run of it is so ordered, or just the like the crew merch, right? Like they did with, was it like govern yourself accordingly or whatever?
Claimed, highly sought after, and
Just
well
look at
respected.
that. It is so ordered in bold, all caps.
Bing bong.
Yo, we gotta-
You're
That's
fucked.
iconic.
This has got to be. This needs to be. Oh, I got to use this in my Insta stories or something. Anytime someone starts talking shit.
Merches. Oh, matter of law. That's what it was. It is such a good idea to put this. I would like this on a hat. Shirt, yes, definitely, but also like just on like a white hat, like black lettering. That'd be sick. Swinging Titties of Justice probably wouldn't be a wearable shirt. Valid. Her big fat fucking titties of justice. He's so
One of these
stupid.
snarkers.
And if I may say, that is a lovely signature.
It's beautiful. No, this,
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful,
Listen, this judge
gorgeous.
is so honorable, so qualified. That whatever it is they decide, of course, I will 100% accept whatever this court finds because I just trust their judgment, their experience, their expertise.
I wonder what
all the way.
is he out of? Is the Honorable Wesley Sue out of district judge? Let's see. Yep, serves on the United States District Court for LA. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's a little snack. Went to Yale University. This dude is fucking smart. Ooh, look, areas of expertise. Cyber law. This is the guy you want ruling on things. Someone who really understands cyber law, which even now in 2025, I feel like is probably still kind of not the most prevalent specialty, you know? So he is the longest serving chief of the Cyber and Intellectual Property Crimes section. that's a big deal. He doesn't just specialize in it. He is the longest serving chief of that section of the Central District of California. Yeah, that's awesome. So for 17 years prior to taking the bench, he served in various roles in the U.S. Attorney's Office for California. So this is awesome. This is great. I mean, I think you can't really argue with the fact that this guy found it valid. You can't be like, oh, that judge is in Ethan's pocket, or whatever the fuck Hasan says about some of the really? Whatever he says about some of the legal minds on YouTube right now. Dad got engaged. That's so exciting. Congratulations, Dad. We're so happy for you, Nathan. Someone needs to send him an anonymous 24 crumble cookies right now. I'm so happy for him. He's like the sweetest guy. He deserves everything good in the world, for sure. I would like to be less like, hang on one second, guys. I feel like this light on here looks really red, but I can't tell. It's hard to tell what's going on. Well, that's like way too blue. That's a little bit better. I feel like that's more like my skin tone. Well, let's brighten it up a little bit. Listen, we're just doing... Whoa! I like it when it's just like... Okay, sorry. Speaking of ADD, my brain is fucking fried tonight. Okay, so that's the lawsuit. Let's see what the snarkers are saying. We have names. We have usernames for the snarkers who are being subpoenaed. They are being very public, sharing it in a color-coded fashion with us. So shout out to Snark for continuing to be just so fucking dumb. It's like just so dumb. And so one of the snarkers is pissing and shitting, as they should be, because 16 out of the 16 subpoenas, 9 are for them. And why are 9 for them? Because they have 9 different, or they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 9 different sock puppet accounts. So to me, yeah, they should be shitting and pissing and trying to ask people on Reddit if they're gonna be put in jail. Like, imagine, yeah, Captain Quasar, absolute loser. Like, imagine getting so far down the snark hole that you create 9 sock puppet accounts. And then all of the names of your stupid sock puppet accounts end up on the desk of a U.S. district judge who went to fucking Yale. Like, at this point, are we reevaluating our life choices and the people we have aligned ourselves with? These are all about the same person. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are all... Oh my God. Unbelievable. This is so embarrassing. Having 9 different... First of all, how do you keep up with all of that? No wonder. And I'm not saying this to be classist, but you probably do have a lot of time on your hands. So I would not be surprised if this is one of the snarkers who does not have a full-time job, which is not like a moral failing, but it does prove that, like, you probably need a hobby or some other way to entertain yourself than just, you know, shitting out new snark Reddit accounts every other day. Where are Swifties in chat? I'm a Swiftie. What's happening? Did someone say something Swiftie coded? Yeah, Alex the Fiction is definitely in the subpoena as well. Okay, so this person says, are Ethan's lawyers giving him good legal advice? So to me, they're definitely coping a little bit here, right? Like they're trying to suss out if what's happening is as bad as it sounds. Yeah, girly, it is. Or boy, I don't know what your gender is. I would probably redact it myself if I had 9 sock puppet accounts, much less if everyone found out. Literally, this is definitely Ethan's Reputation era. I gotta listen to that album again. Yeah, so Swifties in chat, I would like Reputation edits of Ethan about the subpoena on my desk by close of business. I'll give you till Wednesday. Do we think that works? Look what you made me do. It's also kind of vigilante shit too, right? She had the envelope. Where you think she got it from? Like, he's going after these hosts. It's very fitting, yeah. Yeah, I need a Look What You Made Me Do edit on my desk by close of business Wednesday. Thank you so much. My favorite Taylor songs? Oh, well, let me write that down on my list of things to do. Hang on. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Yeah, I'm a big Taylor fan, but I would say I'm more recent, so I don't know a ton of her old stuff. Like one of my cousin is like a huge Swiftie, and she knows like all the different eras and like what relationships were aligned with which albums, and I mean it's deep lore, right? And I'm simply not there yet. But I really started following her around Red, and so I've listened to most stuff since then, and I just love it. Come in, my boyfriend. All right. Fave Taylor songs. I mean, we could do like a tier list, honestly. It's giving the BBTV, I'm crazier than you by a lot. Ethan is hunting for Who Called CPS. I bet he is. I mean, that is completely valid. Like, you don't fucking do that. You don't fucking do that. All right. Let's see what else is on here. So yeah, this person's pissing and shitting as they should be. Well, a couple days. All right. So this is someone coping alongside them in the comments. A couple days ago, he had to apologize and read a written apology on the show. Okay, that doesn't. These people do not know how the law works, like literally at all. As a layperson, this raised some questions in me. Because you're a layperson and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Was the legal advice Ethan got not good? Should have stopped it as a layperson because you don't understand what you're fucking talking about. For years, Ethan portrayed his case as unlosable. I don't know if that's true. And Ryan Kavanaugh's lawyers as incompetent. So what happened? It sure seems like Ethan lost. Like they see everything as a zero-sum game. I would love if these people took like a single college course in general, but like a negotiations course, a mediation course. It's such a different animal, you know? When you are trying to settle a lawsuit, both people have interests, right? It's not about like one person winning, one person losing. They both have interests. They both have things they want to get out of it, right? Mediation, the point of mediation is to not go to court. So that means both of you are coming to the table in goodwill. It's not about winning or losing at that point. It's about getting it fucking solved so you can move on with your lives. It sure seems like Ethan lost, considering he had to apologize, delete all the disparaging content, and never disparage Ryan again. While Kavanaugh doesn't have to do anything, I know they settled, but that is the perception I, as a layperson, got. Again, so you can really just cut the rest of this out, right? Because as a layperson, and myself too, we don't know what the fuck is going on. We don't know what was settled. We don't know. We have no idea what Ryan may have had to do behind the scenes. We have no idea. And I also saw Ethan Klein shouting, "My lawyer can't do fucking shit." Oh, they love that line in relation to Reddit. It wasn't about Reddit. It was about, wasn't it about Bad Empanada? Maybe it was about Reddit, but It turns out he was wrong. Like, these are allegedly fallen fans, right? They don't remember that Ethan just like talks out of his butt a lot and says things that aren't 100% confirmed. Right? Like, he talks a lot, and not everything that comes out of his mouth is fully cooked. It was Reddit when he was trying to get the snark Reddit's move. Yes. He says a lot of off the cuff shit. He says things in frustration, right? Layperson is me in bed right now. That deserves the pro Jared laugh. They know they're just willfully ignorant. Yeah, I mean, this is just such a cope, right? What have they actually achieved for Ethan in recent years? The thing is, guys, we don't know, right? And Ethan didn't lose all of the lawsuits, right? Okay, this one was the most interesting to me. Ethan might present this as a big win, but it's just another nothing burger. Okay. This is only a petition to ask the judge for permission to subpoena Reddit, and they are already celebrating. I mean, yeah, because Denham's and Casey Tron's lawyer participated in this, approved of this, right? Which means Denham's and Casey had to sign off on this as well. That is a win. That's already like fracturing this weird community, right? Like this weird wall against Ethan. I think he will gloat on his show about how everyone is trembling in fear, but I am not concerned at all. I literally laughed about all of this. Well, are you one of the people being subpoenaed? Like, whose information is being subpoenaed? Because I feel like it's really easy to laugh at that if you're not. And then there's this line. Anyway, I have it on good authority that Ethan will not exactly get what he wants from Reddit. Winky. So this seems to imply that this person is somehow in the know about what goes on at Reddit. Maybe they have they potentially have a connection to someone who has influence at Reddit. We have no idea if this is true, but I just think that this is a very interesting line. I have it on good authority. Like, whose authority, girl? We'll see. All we can say is we'll see, right? We will see how this all plays out and how much you're laughing at the end of this. Yeah, it's weird. And I don't believe that they actually know someone on the inside, but if they do, like, what can Reddit do? I guess we'll find out, right? I wonder they're currently the happiest. I wonder if they're currently the happiest they've ever been. Absolutely. They're all baking like gluten-free muffins for their ugly husbands. Would Twitch and Reddit have connections? I don't know. I wonder if doing more against Twitch is also on Ethan's radar, you know? Reddit doesn't want that smoke. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, what's the trade-off here for Reddit? You know, like, are you going to spend millions, you know, escalating this or what? Unclear what they're going to do, but we will find out. So yeah, like I said, we don't know if this means that Ethan will get what he wants from Discord and Reddit, but he's a hell of a lot closer. And it's already showing us some really weird shit. Like how one person has 9 accounts all dedicated to hating Ethan. But we're the ones who are crazy, obsessive fans? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, we have some very important breaking news. Are you ready? Are you ready for this breaking news? Are you ready for it? This is a full Taylor-themed stream tonight. You're not ready. You're not ready for this breaking news. If you were here last time, you will remember that something tragic happened. Tragic and floppy and lime green happened at a WNBA game. Well, folks, a second dildo has hit the building. This is in Chicago. This week, a second lime green toy was thrown from the crowd. Thrown from the crowd onto the court. And this guy is just loving it. Just getting a real close-up. I want to see his angle so bad. This bitch kicked it like it was on fire. Get that out. Get that. And also, they're all like scared to touch it. Like, why did he move his foot like that? It's not on fire, guys. It's just a dildo. He's like, ah! Cover it up. I mean, I guess in all fairness, you don't know where it's been, right? But it's so silly. And I know that people are like upset about it. Oh, but I think it's kind of funny. But it needs to stop happening. But now we're getting all of these copycats. And I don't really know when it's going to end. Frankly, I don't know how this ends because it keeps happening. However, we do have an update. Oh, shit. We do have an update on the first green ding dong that was thrown. This was at the Atlanta Dream game. And this definitely got fucked up. Yes, it did. Because I closed it like a moron. What is this one called? There we go. Someone was arrested for throwing the first dildo at Stonewall. Yeah, so the first one was thrown in Atlanta versus the Valkyries, and this person has been arrested. The fan was arrested. It's not clear whether the person who threw the object at Friday's game in Chicago was also arrested. We don't know who it is. I don't think that they were named. But yeah, so this is... First of all, it was super dangerous, and then we found out what it was. I guess we just started laughing. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I'm just glad we worked through that situation. We stayed locked in. We stayed concentrated. That's Cecilia Zandalicini, one of the players. This is another player, Isabel Harrison, who is definitely gay. She took to social media to criticize those who threw objects, as well as arena employees. Arena security, hello, please do better. It's not funny, never was funny. Throwing anything on the court is so dangerous. 100% agree. Like, do not throw things on the court. But this is so silly. Like, of all the things to throw. And now, like, someone went out after that game and bought a lime green dildo, like what? Prime delivery on Amazon, like overnight? Like, overnighted a lime green dildo. Or went to a sex shop in Chicago, right? And threw another one. And all I can think is, like, are we gonna have to start doing cavity searches at the security entrances to the game? Are we gonna start making the girls squat and cough? Like the security briefing's just like, be on the lookout for lime green silicone penises. Check every bag, check every butt. I hope they shop local. Me too. Me too. And just remember, everyone, water-based lubricant only with silicone toys. So yeah, I just thought that you guys would want to follow up on the fact that the dildos are still flying in the WNBA, and also watch the W. This league is so crazy, and I love it so much. I also did find out today that my team might be moving to Boston, which makes me very, very sad. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. No holes left unchecked. Every bag, every butt. Oh, fucking hell. Be on the lookout for anyone walking weirdly. Yeah, because people are like, how did they get in there? And I'm like, well, I can think of two ways it could have gotten in there. But also, like, I've been through security a million times at these games. These people don't give a shit. Right? I have like multiple pockets in my bag and they're like, yeah, you're fine. They have like a drumstick. They kind of like, they don't give a fuck. But no posters. Can't bring in a big poster, but you can bring in a dildo. Oh my God. The dildo throws a snarker will be the wildest reveal in the subpoena. Imagine. Yeah, they all use like these wooden drumsticks to check your stuff. My partner, I can think of 3 more ways. Okay, showing off. So yeah, I just thought that was really silly. Oh, someone left a comment early in the stream, I think before I even started, and I wanted to address it because it was a great question and actually segues nicely into our next section. So they said, "Dear Kate," they didn't say dear, "reading the responses to your posts on X is so enraging. How do you deal with it? I'm just shocked at how awful people are." Thanks for writing. If this is in response to the fact that I got back on Twitter, mostly because I knew that there was so much misinformation and hate just like festering there, specifically in the leftist community and also toward Ethan and the crew, right? At the hands of Hasan and Taylor Lorenz and other, people within that sphere, right? Like that is where they all are. Anissa, iDubbbz. If you want to have any sort of conversation with these people, that's where they are, right? That is where they are, unless you want to like sit in Hasan's stream chat, which I would rather set myself on fire. So I decided to get back on Twitter in order to talk to these people. And, at first I was like, oh, maybe I'll just like argue with them, right? Like be defensive and do what they're doing and call them names and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, no, I am a grown ass woman. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to just fight with these people. And I started seeing some results. I'm not saying it happens all the time. Some results with just being more human about my approach. And I've said it before, like, if I don't respect you, if I don't respect your approach to politics, the way you talk to people, the way you talk about people, the way you traffic in a lot of rhetorical fallacies, if I don't respect you in this sphere, I don't care if you say things like I'm a genocide supporter or I'm like a Zionist pig person, which I've gotten a lot. I don't care because I don't respect you, right? So because I can like remove my emotion from it to some degree, I can just have a conversation even after they've insulted me because I don't get triggered by it. Like their shit doesn't activate me in any way at this point. So I wanted to show you a couple examples of times I kind of won people over this week. Just this week. I have 2 examples. One of them I shared on Reddit, and then the other was just one that was a back and forth that was personal, and I just wanted to share it because I think it's important to see that you can reach people. And I'm not saying that this is work that everyone should do or everyone wants to do, right? This isn't for everyone. Just like Ethan trying to reach all of the fucking knuckleheads. It's not a easy job, and it's not always an unproblematic job, right? But he's trying, and I think it's okay to try. Like, Hasan doesn't get shit for that. Hasan has had Bradley Martin on, right? And he's had other people on. He doesn't get the same shit that Ethan gets of like, oh, so now you're a fucking fascist, now you're a right wing, because he has these people on. Like, so I appreciate the way Ethan handles it. And I handle it differently, right? I just try to stay focused on the facts of the matter, but also on compassion and speaking in I statements, talking about like being a little vulnerable, right? About me and how I feel about things and why. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So this is the first one. I posted this on Reddit. New Ethan lie just dropped. So this person just completely made up or decided to perpetuate a lie about Ethan that he had called for the deportation, the evacuation of everyone in Gaza. Like, we need to clean the Palestinians out so Israel can just run roughshod even more and even worse over the region. And I was like, whoa, this is the first time anyone has, in my experience, asserted that about Ethan to any degree. Like, I have heard a lot of the stuff that these people twist, right? This one is completely new. And I'm like, I don't even know how that they could have twisted that right. And also, of course, isn't he married to an occupation soldier? Seems disingenuous to ignore Ethan's support for the occupation, which this person was so sure was real, but just wait, right? So obviously I see this and I'm like, okay, this guy, this is how I knew I could maybe talk to this person. They asked this question and I'm like, maybe if they think Hila is still like an active soldier, then they don't know as much as they think they do. Like, they are bringing a spork to a gunfight, because I watch so much H3. I know the lore. And so I just want to have a conversation. I don't want to go into this as I know more than you. And so I want to clarify first what they're talking about instead of getting triggered. And then I want to give some information where I can, right? So they said, Ethan is against the optics of genocide. Saying, why don't they leave, or any of the other qualifications of ethnic cleansing are easy for him to say. So easy that you couldn't find it. And materially, isn't he married to an occupation soldier? Seems disingenuous to ignore Ethan's support for the occupation. So I said, why don't they leave? What is that referencing? Because the person put this in quotes. So I am assuming that they believe that Ethan said this directly, right? And then I said, and Ethan is married to Hila, and, you know, because they never say her name, an Israeli-born woman who served mandatory conscription at 18 in Israel. I will say, not using her name, I think, is a form of dehumanization, right? It just makes her like a piece of the Israeli, like a cog in the Israeli death machine, right? So she's an Israeli-born woman who served mandatory conscription at 18 in Israel. This was 20 years ago. And since that time, she voted against Netanyahu twice, left Israel, and became a U.S. citizen. So literally, why are we still talking about this? Okay. Carry all the water you want. So me just describing the truth is me carrying water. I'm not allowed to clarify without carrying water. Playing ignorant in a single tweet about multiple points of compromise isn't a good look. How did I play ignorant? I asked where you got this from, and then I addressed the rest of your shit, right? This person has no idea what they're talking about. I said, playing ignorant, you directly quoted something as your main point, and I have no idea what it means. Are you saying Ethan said Gazans should just leave? And then instead of saying yes or no, he says, tell me Ethan has never suggested, again, just like rhetorical bullshit, that evacuation of Gaza as a solution to allow the occupation soldiers to do violence without resistance. Tell me that. Okay, well, first of all, if the whole region is evacuated, who are they doing violence against? Like, Hamas is just going to stay behind? That was confusing to me. But I was just like, I said, I have literally never heard him even float that idea. But please prove me wrong. Still open, right? Telling him my personal experience, keeping the I statements, right? Just like, what are we talking about? And he says, do you have a catalog of potentially genocidal statements Ethan Klein has said about Palestine? Any suggestion of relocation or evacuation is suggestion of a war crime. So what, am I supposed to like go through my Rolodex looking for relocation and evacuation because for some reason I am supposed to have kept a catalog of all of this? And the Israel party line is a choice between war crimes. I don't know what they meant by that. Not all the potential genocide involves bombs. So these two sentences just feel like nonsense to me. I don't even know what they're saying. But yeah, they're trying to put the burden of proof on me because they know that they don't have anything. Hamas is not Palestinians, exactly. Correct. This person had to have been drunk. I can't think of any other reasoning. And so I said, again, I statements. I am a huge H3 fan. Like, watch every stream. I have literally never heard him say Palestinians should be relocated. And I don't need a catalog of his statements. You quoted him. So I'd say it's on you to back that up, right? Because if you're going to come in here with a... Do we not learn this anymore? This is what a direct quote is. When you're writing something and you want to put in the exact phrase someone has said, you put it in quotes. And that's what this person did. But now they're trying to act like I need to furnish the proof. Right? So this person disappears for an evening. And then the next morning, I wake up to... Well, let me see here. This was a post. I think this was a post I missed. Oh, no, this is the end of the conversation. And then, like, in the morning, they sent the rest of it. So they started looking for clips. I'm looking for clips, but I doubt he would self-publish a clip of war criminal statements. Then where would you have found it? If he didn't post it himself saying it, then did someone, like, secretly record him? Like, what are we implying here, right? I'm looking for clips, but I doubt he would self-publish a clip of war criminal statements. But the arguments made in conversation don't seem criminal as he vacillates. So because he's not as he's not as big of a genocide supporter as I thought, because he actually doesn't support genocide. Excuse me. I'll spend some time looking for a H3 clip in context of Ethan suggesting civilian evacuations. Okay. I mean, look for any clip. It doesn't have to be on H3, although Ethan never leaves the house, so I don't know where else you would have seen it. He's not going on people's podcasts being like, kick them all out, Trump Gaza, right? And I said, yeah, literally an actual proof would, any actual is what I meant. Any actual proof would be cool, because that's a wild thing to assert without it, right? Like, this person came in with a direct quote of why don't they just leave? All right, so that was in the evening. And then in the morning, I woke up to this. I stand corrected. He hasn't specifically committed to a demand for evacuation. He hasn't even unspecifically, tangentially committed to a demand for evacuation. Oh, I hate being wrong, though. Don't we all? It sucks. It sucks to be wrong, but you can avoid being wrong by not coming in hot and wrong. Right? Like, you came in acting like you were dead confident that Ethan likes to talk about evacuating Gaza and just filling it with the IDF. Yeah, it was, imagination is not a credible source. Like, where did it even come from? That's what I want to know. Often when you just ask, like, where did you read that or where did you see that? They realize that they have only seen it like third or fourth hand in Reddit or on Twitter, and there's not even like with an image or a video attached to it, right? I've had that happen on Instagram too, where someone will send me something and I'm like, wow, that looks kind of weird, right? And I just kind of push them and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't check the source. Yeah, it's total bullshit, you know? It comes from Snark. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. So that's the first one. And that was one where I was like, okay, I mean, at least some of them can admit they're wrong, right? Sometimes. Doesn't happen a lot. Here's the other one. And this one I think was, for me, a bigger win. Because this person really fucking hated me when this started. Okay, so this person, and they have been, you'll see, they're great, so don't bother them. This is why I think it's funny as fuck to say Ethan helped Hasan grow. Baby would have grown faster if not tied to that man. I mean that's just like an opinion, right? And so this was the thing that I was replying to, because she like replied to herself. My biggest criticism is that he was friends with Ethan Klein, who is a rabid misogynist and has been for his entire YouTube career towards women. Well, yeah, that's what a misogynist is. This is why I didn't watch Hasan until after Leftovers. That's her biggest criticism of Hasan, is that he's close with Ethan Klein, not a Houthi terrorist. Not LOL Overruled, which is what I mentioned here, because all the stuff with LOL Overruled had like just happened, right? And still your biggest criticism is Ethan Klein? So I said, Hasan is literally friends with LOL Overruled, who has just been outed as a serial sex pest. Are you sure? Ethan is the biggest stain on Hasan's record. And is Lolo even the biggest stain? Just asking questions. Genuinely want to know what they think. I'm just trying to pick at what makes Ethan public enemy number one with some of these people. If I feel like I can get somewhere, I try, because everything has just been blown so out of proportion. I think both toward Ethan and toward Hasan, and I know people are going to hate that I said that, right? But I do think that things have just, the temperature has gone way too high, and we're saying a lot of shit that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so here's where we go from here. This is something about me saying maybe Hasan has done worse things than like a show with Ethan. Really activated this person, right? Because they are on high defense of Hasan. Here comes Ethan's little YouTube plant. So apparently now, and I've been waiting for this, I was wondering how Snark would react to me and what archetype they would put me under, right? Because they always sort of like flatten people and reduce them to one dimension and one purpose, right? Like, because they can't deal with the gray areas, right? So I'm apparently his like paid YouTube plant, right? Which is what's his name? Shobahu was saying, that I'm his biggest small scale sycophant on YouTube, right? So she says, so was Olayeme. I guess that's a person who was friends with LOL Overruled. Are you coming after her? No, because expecting people to read predators' minds is not how real life works. Alex hid his behavior from the people around him until it reached critical mass. Yeah, Ethan is a serial harassing misogynist. Obviously, I'm guessing that this is based on the fact that he's suing 3 people who committed copyright infringement who happened to be women. So I said, his YouTube plant, do you call Hasan's orbiters plants? Right? Like when you talk about Denims or Frogan or Casey Tron or Shonda Black or Mike from PA, is the assumption that they also are paid by Hasan? Is that what you're assuming? I mean, we know they're not getting paid, right? And neither am I. Just by you guys. Shout out super chats. So they said, so I said this, and then I said, she comes back to this is a spoiler alert. But she said, and I said, also, I have no idea who Olayemi is. Of course you don't, because you don't actually care about Alex's victims and actions. Y'all are instead focusing on twisting it into attack on a guy who you don't like. Disgusting. This is all about Hasan, right? So here is where I diffuse things. Because she's doing the you guys always, all of you. But here she talks about her friend. My friend Carr got harassed off of Twitter. This was like the first person who came out about LOL Overruled because of Ethan posting her on his Instagram story, sharing her story. Fuck H3 and their toxic, shitty fans. I think we all know that the harassment toward a victim of LOL Overruled was not coming from H3. Maybe other people picked up on Ethan posting about it, but it wasn't H3 fans. Why would we be mad? Mike from PA. That shit was so funny. And it's so perfect for who he is. It's like the French version of him. I said all I could think about was Pierre Escargot. Shit, I gotta make that meme. Okay, but yeah, so she says that about her friend, and I said, what happened when he did that? Because people have been saying that she was like immediately left the internet because of Ethan, and I didn't understand. So she said she got harassed. I didn't feel like being like, oh, by who, blah, 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 right? Because I wasn't going to, she doesn't have the answer to that, right? She's just assuming it's H3 fans. So I said, I'm sorry that happened. That's disgusting. Because it is. It doesn't make sense to me why it would come from H3 and not Lolo fans sweeping for him. But a lot of the stuff on the internet doesn't make sense because I can't tell 100% that it wasn't H3 fans who harassed this poor woman, right? I don't know that. And I'm not going to sit here and defend 3 million people that I don't fucking know, right? I know most of us are cool, but there might be some weirdos out there. And she said, thank you, me too. It was both with DGG too. She deactivated. So is that Destiny's audience? I highly doubt it was an Ethan fan. I think we need to remember there are shitty people in every fan base, 100% Captain Quasar. We don't need to argue where it came from as long as we denounce it. Exactly. And also to act like you 100% are certain either way is like logical suicide, right? Like there's no way to know where the harassment was coming from. But we can all agree that it sucks. So yeah, yes, DGG means destiny. Okay, so she's saying that it came from both communities. And I mean, from what I've seen of Destiny's community, I totally can see that happening. And I said, again, just being totally honest with her, I hate that it's always the victims who end up being forced out of spaces. Sadly endemic across the political and content creator spectrum. Just being real with her, taking a moment and being like, yeah, being a woman on the internet fucking sucks because we are always the ones who end up being bullied out of spaces, right? Because we end up being scared for our fucking lives. So I just wanted to have like a human, like if you can get to like a human moment with people, I think it's harder for them to stay in that like, that archetype that they've created of you, right? That avatar of like this toxic H3 dick sucker, right? So yeah, and then she shared the clip, which I reacted to it and was very nice about it. I think what he said was perfect in the moment. And then I logged on the next day. So this is all of the 31st. I logged on the next day to a wonderful surprise. I owe you an apology. Because I think it's toxic to connect smaller female creators to big male creators based on shout outs. So apparently people are aware that Ethan has shouted me out on like wherever this person is getting their news. Everyone is allowed to have a YouTube channel and voice their opinions. I'm sorry for saying that. You could have knocked me over with a feather. You hit that dick sucker, yeah. And I was moved by that. I was moved by that. We got to a place like, and that's what negotiation and mediation is about. It's about finding that common ground, right? Because I'm like, okay, we both care a lot about politics, I can tell. We both care about women being treated poorly. Let's connect on that, right? And let's take all the weird parasocial shit out of it. And let's remember that we are two women on the internet trying to figure it out while also enjoying content from men. And that's not always easy, right? That can be rife with a lot of, inconsistencies and contradictions. So when I said, hey, no worries. I know it's weird out here, weird and wild out here. I am a huge H3 fan, but no one is paying me to talk about it. Because she had said that I was a plant, right? And that's it. And I think now, do we follow each other? Because I followed her. I was like, I'll give you a follow, see what's up. See how long it lasts, because who knows? Oh, she follows Bad Empanada, but she also follows me. So I made a snarker friend, and who knows how long it'll last, right? But it was just nice to find like the person, like the person in there of like, hey, this is all just internet bullshit, baby, But how can the middle ground handle the weight of the tanks? Oh, God. Connecting despite differences. Yeah, because we, at the end of the day, like, let's remember, all of us are on the left for the most part, right? Like, I've talked about it before, the narcissism of small differences. I'll put the link in the chat to the description of that. It's one of my favorite theories. This is like one of the Freudian theories that I actually think was real. Because I know a lot of his stuff has been disproven, but basically the idea that the more a relationship or community shares commonalities, the more likely the people in it are to engage in interpersonal feuds and mutual ridicule because of hypersensitivity to minor differences. That is like literally what's happening between our community and Hasan's community, right? I know. It does explain everything. It's like having a rival one town over and they're like the same fucking school. But you're like, ew. Those fucking losers. But like you all shop at the same place. You all have the same accent, right? Your parents all, like you all live in like similar houses. Vegans versus vegetarians. It's all of that. It's like that little... The little difference is because I think you want so badly to be original. Like that's the narcissism part of it, right? You want so badly to be original or be right, be more correct than other people. And also like, so then you're like, I am not like that person, right? So I think that this like totally describes what's happening with Ethan's audience and Hasan's audience, the narcissism of small differences, right? Because, yeah, Hasan does and says a lot of problematic shit, stuff that I do not condone at all, right? Like the terrorist shit, the way he just talks about people, I think is gross and abusive. But his fans, for the most part, are like us, right? They aren't terrorists. They're people who care about what's going on in the world, and they just want to be in the place that feels like they're making the most difference. Holier than thou mentality that is lacking any merit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we are not different, very different at all, right? When it comes down to it. So yeah. So yeah, narcissism of small differences. I really think that is what's been going on. And then I had one that happened. I don't think they've replied to me yet. But I thought this was interesting too earlier today. Let me go find it. Because I didn't put it in my chat. Okay, here we go. This person, okay? This person starts with a question, right? Questions are fine. Is Ethan Klein admitting he spends, and this person has like 15,000 followers, I believe. 15,000 followers. And they've already blocked me. They've already blocked me from this. These people cannot handle any kind of critical thinking and questioning. Is Ethan Klein admitting he spends at least $20,000 a month to get ChatGPT written AI blogs about him? Meanwhile, the only mention of Ethan in the New York Times is about him getting banned from the metaverse for being as sexually explicit as possible while surrounded by kids. I will almost guarantee that Taylor Lawrence wrote this. Do we know if Taylor Lawrence wrote this? Ethan Klein Metaverse. Let's find out. This is life in the metaverse. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. God fucking damn it. I need to see the writer. Kashmir Hill. I don't know who that is. This bitch. Just kidding. Just kidding. Following. Just seeing who she's following. No one's jumping out just yet. Anyway, Kate, you don't need to do this right now. So this person, oh, that's who he blocked me. So This is for Ethan's story. Hasan doesn't matter how many puff pieces you buy. He for sure spends at least $20,000 a month on PR based on my experience. Now, do you read that and think that means Ethan Klein is spending $20,000 a month on puff pieces? Or do you think maybe he's had PR companies try to work with him before and has seen a lot of like statements of work, right? Like they has seen plans put together about what a monthly cost would be for a great PR agency? Like, I don't fully understand the logic there, besides like you just fucking hate Ethan, right? So this person asks this question, right? After this, so this was what time? 1:07 p.m. They don't seem to get an answer, so they post this 4 hours later. Ethan Klein has been paying the Times of India to write positive articles about himself and negative articles about Hasan Piker. Just fully confident now. Has gone from asking the question down here, retweets it and being like, it's confirmed. It's confirmed that Ethan is paying the Times of India to write puff pieces about him. Because it found this article, Times of India, this article, which doesn't mention Ethan at all, but it's about Hasan and LOL Overruled, mostly about LOL Overruled. This is a clip, I mean, Daddy's watching, this is from his clip in mid-July about the new round of lawsuits, including Noah Sampson, I believe. Three, and one of them does not even include Ethan anywhere in the title, which if you were writing puff pieces is terrible for SEO. Okay? If it's not in the title, you're not going to show up in search, at least not very easily. Okay? So I was like, what's happening here? Because as someone who writes marketing content, specifically SEO content, I will tell you right now, the Times of India is like the top of literally every search, especially in entertainment stuff. Yeah, this is dog shit. Thank you, Evie. So I mean, Times of India is like dominating SEO, at least when I look into stuff like entertainment things and other stuff. So they have what I imagine is a pretty serious SEO writing engine. Either they're probably definitely using AI, right? But they probably have a team that is constantly scraping Google information to find out what is being searched, right? Like what is in high demand, what people are Googling, right? That's information you can get from like Google Search Console and other SEO tools, right? You can find out what is being highly searched in a day. And then AI can poop out a new article and you slam it on the website, and then you get more SEO traction, right? That is how SEO works. So I was like, oh, it's the Times of India. They write about everything. Anytime I've looked up a YouTuber, the first several articles are from the Times of India. They're doing very well in that field, right? So I was like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way that Hasan doesn't have articles written about him. Like, there's no way that the Times of India is favoring Ethan because he's paying him $20,000 a month. And guess what? Did he delete my comment? They deleted my comment. They deleted my fucking comment. Wowie. Because I said, so are you... Here, let's just do this. I said, so are you assuming, are you presuming to say that all of these articles written by the Times of India about Hasan, you see all of these, see them all? That he paid for these? Are you saying that he paid for all of these puff pieces? Is that what you're asserting? I mean, like just about 2, maybe 3 pages of search, and the majority of them are Times of India. I mean, their output is crazy. And that's what I put. I shared a bunch of the screenshots of the titles, and they fucking deleted my proof and blocked me. See, these are the people you just give up on. Look at this shit. What the fuck is it even about? He paid to have himself called daddy in a headline. Is that what you're telling me? Well, no, because that didn't happen. Yeah, so there you go. Just to like assert that is fucking crazy to me. Gotta protect the echo chamber. Yeah, that's what's wild is like some of these people, anytime you ask a question, block. Which is similar to what happens like with the snark subreddits, right? I just think that's crazy. And like the fact that right now, I mean, Taylor Lorenz was saying, oh, Ethan, you're such a fucking pussy. Get on Twitter and say it to my face. Taylor Lorenz, you can't reply to her posts. And now she also forbids you from retweeting her. So how exactly is anyone supposed to interface with you, Taylor? You're just going to call them a pussy and then they get to Twitter and they can't actually interface with you at all? They have to like screenshot your posts? Like, what are we talking about? These are the brave faces of the revolution? Like, I fucking hope not. Destiny runs the Times of India, right? So yeah, I would say that's like the other end of the spectrum where they just are not interested in listening at all, and that's fine, because I don't want to waste my time, essentially. All right, let's talk about, speaking of Hasan, look at this segue. Look at this natural segue we have. So speaking of weird puff pieces, and I think it's so funny because people are like, it's laughable. It's laughable that Hasan paid to have himself in NPR, right? Out of one side of their mouth. And then in the other side of the mouth, it's, Ethan's paying $20,000 for puff pieces to be written about him? The truth is, there's a price for anything. And a huge role of PR agencies is to get exclusive stories placed in big publications. That is literally their job. They are hired because of their connections with people at news outlets, right? Like, it's not news. This is what PR agencies do. They aren't just called in to like do damage control. A huge portion of their job is finding hospitable, charitable homes for exclusive stories from the company, which are basically puff pieces. Is that even Hasan? Yeah, he looks very strange in this. So yeah, the title is just frying me. A himbo gateway drug for progressives? I am so grateful that I am outside of whatever weird cult of personality is happening around Hasan. Being able to see this and being able to just be like, that is fucking cringe. Because I know these motherfuckers know it's cringe. I know you know it. I know you know this shit is cringe. No matter how much you agree with his politics. There is no way you also agree with this crap. There's no way. If you feel like you can't criticize that, might want to unpack that. So he did this interview, whatever. Again, talking about like, oh, I'm the male savior of the left, and I'm like helping get little baby neo-Nazis to become leftist extremists, I guess. And I will say the results for Mr. The results for Mr. Piker have been mixed. They have been mixed. So here is the actual YouTube video. Give it a watch sometime and give it tell them what you feel about it after you watch it. So yeah, let's just skim. I'm assuming these are top comments. FYI, this guy said people who supported capitalism should be put into re-education camps, and that freedom of speech should be banned after communism is installed in the U.S. government. Why was there zero pushback on this or any of his other horrible, violent beliefs? Not sure that promoting 10 toes down with the Houthis is going to yield great results, to be honest. Bro promotes terrorist propaganda on the regular. Bro needs to be on a watch list. So are we doing zero research before platforming people? Yes, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what they're doing. They're doing zero research. It's confirmation bias, and they're not doing any like oppositional research, right? This is just like puff pieces. Like, I won't be surprised if whoever interviewed him, Brittany Luz, I think her name is, she's probably friends with him, you know? Absolutely shameful that you're platforming this person without any pushback on his disgusting views. Letting him claim that he is a regular social democrat, we'll talk more about that, is an insult to journalism. Social democrat. You've heard that term before because that's what Ethan Klein considers himself, right? Ethan Klein, with whom Hasan now asserts he has nothing in common. That Ethan is just like this horrible right-wing Nazi. So it's kind of crazy that they share the same political views, right? Let's see what else we got. My favorite streamer who definitely didn't endorse Hamas, Hezbollah, and other civilian murdering terrorist organizations. My Gucci wearing, Porsche driving, multi-million-dollar home owning socialist king. And I just love that Hasan read all of these. Oh, and there's proof. Hasan told people to brigade the comments. NPR, Stochastic Terrorist Edition. Piker Broadcasting Service finally meets the real PBS. So yeah, that's those. Let's see what newest, because he did tell them to brigade. I believe it's here. Yeah, so of course he watched this to auto-filate in front of his fans about this, and he is butthurt about the comment section.
The Americans, as a matter of fact, for example, have
comment sections are bullshit self-care. Oh no, they're being heavily brigaded, which of course
everything's a conspiracy. No one actually hates me. It's all like a very coordinated psyop. I'm actually really well liked, and this is actually just like a coordinated attack against me because I am the most important thing in this movement. And so all of these different communities like Sex Pestiny and Ethan Nazi Klein are brigading the comments.
obviously it is.
Or you just are not liked. Also, I'm realizing he kind of sounds like Jojo Siwa, at least when I do him. Like, maybe you're just being criticized. Maybe it's not some huge conspiracy. Like, why can't you just laugh it off? Why can't you just say, yeah, you know, guys. You know the stuff I say isn't always popular. Fuck them, right? Why can't you just say that? Why does it have to be, it's actually being brigaded? The comment section is actually being brigaded on it. Because I'm like I'm a threat to liberalism. I'm a threat to the status quo. Like, why is that? The copium is crazy, and I hate that term, but that's like the cope in this is just insane. Yeah, this is definitely astroturfed. This is definitely astroturfed, guys. People actually really love me. Anyway, go brigade the video, which I just complained about.
As a matter of fact, for example, have
comment sections are bullshit self-care. Oh no, they're being heavily brigaded. Which, of course, obviously, it is upon you, chatters, to go fucking seize control over the narrative.
Like, he's saying that sarcastically, right? Like, he's saying it ironically, but I feel like there's a lot of truth in that, right, guys? He's such a delusional asshole, yeah. This happens every fucking time, yeah. And, like, listen, every time he thinks he's being brigaded, yeah, that's, like, insane. Listen, if I did an interview, which I'm sure I never will, right? Because I'm not trying to be like Hasan. If I did an interview, I'd be like, yeah, go check it out. I would promote it, but I wouldn't be like, you need to go fight my battles in the comments. Even like as a joke, especially because he knows, again, this is his plausible deniability, keeping his hands clean. He knows that he can say something and make it sound like it's in jest, but the lunatics who follow him, not saying all of them are, will take it seriously, right? It's all like this, it's like reading between the lines, right? It's like this like subliminal messaging almost. Could seize control of the narrative. Obviously, I was joking when I said that.
And show support to NPR, which is unfortunately in a dire state and needs the support, which is unfortunately over the narrative. And show support to NPR, which is unfortunately in a dire state and needs the support.
I would bet $1 zillion that he has talked a lot of shit on NPR. Right? I feel like he has definitely talked shit on NPR a lot. Like as some fucking liberal rag, you know? And now all of a sudden that they're platforming him, he's like, please support them. Notice he didn't say who is targeting them. Donald Trump, right? He can't somehow blame that on the Democrats. So he doesn't mention why they're in dire straits, why they need support. Oh, it's because Donald Trump is taking away their funding. But actually, Biden somehow started that, and he's just following it. Trump is just following it to the logical conclusion, because honestly, everything terrible starts with the Democrats. Yeah, NPR, those lib cucks. Like, oh my God. I mean, I could try and find something right now, but I'm sure it'll all just be NPR Hasan. Because of SEO, you can't find shit. Chat GPT might be able to find shit, though. Has Hasan Piker criticized NPR in the past? Searching the web. Yes, Hasan Piker has criticized NPR in the past, particularly as part of his broader critiques of mainstream media. Reddit users and other commentators have noticed. I like that. I feel like this is new for ChatGPT. They're saying like what the sources are, but maybe it's not new. I just don't use it very much. Reddit users and other commentators have noted that Hasan often sarcastically lumps NPR in with what he sees as an uncritical insider media. Apparently, he called NPR a mouthpiece for the State Department. This distrust of the media, NPR is like one of the gold standards of like establishment media. These reflect sentiment that Hasan treats NPR as emblematic of the establishment media he frequently critiques. strategic portrayal of media bias. Some observers on Reddit have accused him of intentionally misrepresenting or cherry-picking mainstream media coverage like NPR's to portray it as ideologically biased or unfair in his commentary. Meanwhile, he loves ideologically biased commentary. He loves ideologically biased news, right? If it serves him. There's no widely reported instance where Hasan has had a direct formal conflict with NPR. Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that he like poisons the well against NPR. I'm sure under Biden, he was shitting all over them. Knew it. I fucking knew it. ChatGPT is chimp clamping. All right, so that's Hasan's response. And then let's go with Lonerbox. Lonerbox had something to say about Hasan being dishonest in his interview. And this reminded me of when Ethan, guys, we have so much more. If you guys are tired, I mean, I'm probably going to go for another hour because after this, we have to talk about Jacob Berger and I have so many clips, not clips, but like links. So might like take a break after this. I need to get some water and get a little snack and then we'll come back to it. Hi, Cheyenne. Okay, so what this reminded me of, this Lonerbox piece, is the clip in the content nuke, which I thought was probably the most troubling when he talks about like his method of like hiding his power level, right? Ethan's content nuke. Oh, here we go. I don't know where it is, but there's a moment in the content nuke. If someone has the clip, that would be great, but I don't know where it is, where he's like on some podcast and he's bragging about the fact that he will pretend he is less extreme than he is, less radical than he is, in order to sort of trick progressives and like liberals on the cusp into following him further down the radicalization pipeline to whatever he considers to be his end goal, right? And that's kind of what he talks about here. Like he's going on NPR to hide his power level and try to peel away some normal fucking people and send them down his favorite little pipeline. So here's Lonerbox talking about that.
NPR.
And yeah, I definitely need to get a drink. My voice is starting to go. I'm so thirsty for the content, but have to work in a few hours. I'll be listening to the sweet release of sleep. The sweet release of sleep takes me. Oh, until. Sounds good. And you can watch it in the morning. Okay.
Our podcast, Hasan Piker. Wait, NPR, they're the,
In college, I was like, this is insane.
What happened? If you can share. If not,
I just blacked out. I didn't call the ambulance myself. I just woke up at the hospital, and then I saw the bill, and I was like, I can't believe it. And I already had this attitude that
Wait, so he became a socialist because he blacked out from alcohol and couldn't pay his bill? What?
Social democracy is perhaps the best.
What a fucking privileged little prince. If his first knowledge of the healthcare inequities in America is that he blacked out. I mean, I don't know if this is about alcohol, right? Maybe it is about something serious. But it sounds like he says he's blacked out, which is usually a term used with alcohol, right? He's like, whoa, dude, my bill's so high. And that was his wake-up call to become a fucking socialist.
That's possible.
Like, raise your hand if you have family members who have struggled financially because of healthcare that wasn't related to alcohol poisoning in college. Raise your hand. And maybe even earlier than college, you were aware that healthcare was bankrupting people and stressing the fuck out of people in your family. Your back surgery next week is $108,000. Jesus fucking Christ. I am so sorry. Listen, money's not real. Just pay little bits of it. That's what I do. I struggle with healthcare payments and it's cancer prevention. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, to him being like, oh yeah. And someone said that feels fake because why didn't he just pay the bill? Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see if we can get to the bit that matters here.
Way to go about things, because I came from Turkey. I saw the importance of public. I just blacked out. I didn't know, and I was like, I can't believe the attitude that I had. And then when I saw private healthcare here, I was like, oh, it's over. This is never. This is the worst thing on the planet. We need to put an end to this immediately. Whoever is doing this, they need to.
Talking about healthcare, I mean, does he talk about healthcare even on his show anymore?
Stop. Was my
yeah, his voice is
initial
terrible.
attitude.
I could see how that would be a complete shock if it's something you never had to think about before. Yeah. And you call an ambulance to pick you up in an emergency in a time.
Wait, does he just try to tell them that he's a social democrat? Is that what he's... Wait,
did he say that?
To pick you up in an emergency, it'd be a complete shock if it's...
Whoever is doing this, they need to stop, was my initial attitude.
I could see how that would be a complete shock if it's something you never had to think about before. Yeah. And you call an ambulance to pick you up in an emergency in a time.
Wait, does he just try to tell them that he's a social democrat? Is that what he's... Wait, what? Where's socialism? In the comment section, he doesn't mention socialism. Communism?
Yeah, so he's not talking about his actual. Oh, because he's looking for the transcript. So in the transcript, it doesn't seem like Hasan mentions communism or socialism at all.
I wouldn't want my hate watch, my tanky time, to be stained by a lack of context. Wouldn't want it to be hampered.
Like associate themselves with right now, in terms of like bros.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. I think that there is still a heavy focus on the aesthetics for a lot of politicians on the liberal side of things, on the Democrat.
Can you stop acting like you don't focus on aesthetics, bro? Like, let's be serious.
Democratic Party side of things, and I think that heavy focus on the optics of it all makes people a lot more careful when bracketing themselves in a certain way. Yeah. I think that if they were more policy focused, it wouldn't really matter necessarily whether they are coming in this like bro-y veneer or not. But I think what's most important is to just be honest and be earnest and
how fucking rich is that?
Be who you are. Yeah. That's what I am, at least, and that's why it's always funny when the New York Times is writing about me and they ask me like, do you feel like this is a carefully crafted, perfectly balanced out character that you've created? And it's like, no, it's just no. I just grew up playing video games. I like playing basketball. I like competitive sports.
What? I'm just like a guy who's also like hates American healthcare.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against.
So yeah, basically, yeah. So he apparently just does not talk about socialism or communism in that interview. I have not watched the full thing, but it seems that way. It appears like he is doing the thing, right, where he kind of hides how radical he is in order to be palatable to a wider audience. Spotted myself in chat. In his chat or in Lonerbox's chat. I'm just a guy who eats food, drinks beverage, and watches media. It's just me, guys. It's just me. So there's that. So yeah. Oh, the one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to check to see what the new comments are like on Hasan's video, on the NPR interview. Just to see if his brigading request, if people took it seriously, even though he was totally joking. So let's see. Let's just sort by new. I don't know what this means. It's probably, this feels like it's racist. Hasan loved terrorists and is a blatant anti-Semite. Hasan wants his drones to updo this video because of brigading. Sorry, but the Hasan slander will continue into moral improvs. I don't know what that means. NPR really got a terrorist glazer. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like he got many fans in here. Oh, of course she's black. That's terrible. The fuck does that mean? Report. That's repulsive for sure. We'll say hateful. Would you die for Hasan Piker? What the fuck? We do a terrorist podcast on 2025. What a crazy timeline we live in. Yeah, if his fans brigaded, they did not do a very good job. Yeah. And look at that. Let's look at the ratio here. Not great. Not great. Okay, friends, we have come to the point. We have come to the point where it's time to talk about Jacob Berger. I need to get some water because my throat is going. I'm going to get a little snack, and I will be right back. So talk amongst yourselves, take a pee-pee break, get a little nibble for yourself, a little nimble, as Ethan says, and we'll be back here in like 5-7 minutes, okay? are back. Oh, the F slur. Interesting. Hi, everyone. Did you get a little drink, a little snack? This is what I'm having. It's this delicious warm salad that I made for my in-laws' first dinner last night. You roast a bunch of vegetables. You massage some kale with olive oil and salt. You roast some chickpeas. You throw it all together. And then you put a lemon maple tahini dressing on that shit. And I put it on couscous. And it's so fucking good. Warm, and then when it's cold, I add the couscous directly to it and make a salad, and it is so freaking good. Pickle dip and chips. Guess what? Sonic apparently has an entire pickle menu right now, and I have talked my wife into doing another mukbang where we're going to try the stuff on the Sonic pickle menu probably next weekend. I had enough time to order a lime green dildo. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely try that. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. It's probably going to be, I think, Saturday, but I'll confirm. Okay. Yeah, I will tell you what's good. I'm not going to lie to you. I will tell you what's good. Okay. This fucking guy. All right, this is going to be the last segment of the night. It is long, so lock in and get ready for the ride. So recently, let me just close this other stuff. There's been a reckoning in the leftist community this week against men, essentially, like leftist men who keep centering themselves within the cause for Palestine, who also end up being total creeps. We have seen reckonings like this happen in other groups at different times. There was the Me Too movement, the Time's Up movement, specifically in Hollywood, right? And since then, there have been smaller microcosms of the Me Too and Time's Up movement happening within different communities. And now we are seeing that it is happening within the online leftist community. And in my opinion, it is so overdue, right? I think sexism, misogyny, racism have all been able to run rampant in the leftist community. So I am happy to see that this is happening. I am sad that it took so long, and I am sad that so many people have been victimized by these motherfuckers, right? So this is what I posted on Twitter 3 days ago. This was after LOL Overruled came out. I said, it's not over, not even close. Over the last few years, we've watched these reckonings happen with men in different communities, and now it's the leftist men's turn. It always starts with a rumble and turns into an avalanche. Sit back and watch, ladies. And that's true, right? Because the more people speak out, the more other people become comfortable speaking out, right? And usually what has happened is the beginning is the tamest stuff. And as the movement grows, as the noise grows, more and more women, people feel confident sharing deeper and darker stuff about the men in their own community. Men who have betrayed them, right? Because it's not just that they liked or respected them. These are people that are supposed to be fighting side by side with them, right? Against the evils of the world. But instead, they're using their proximity to power, they're using their fame, their notoriety to abuse women And then they're using the cause as like a human shield that they can hide behind. Where if you insult them, if you criticize them, if you cancel them, then you are pro-genocide, anti-Palestine, and you are distracting from the real work. But in my opinion, when the real work ignores the subjugation, the degradation, the harassment, the abuse of people in the movement, and also of the people they claim to be fighting for, we have to say something. I think people like Hasan and his orbit, they tend to not want any criticism coming their way or coming the way of the movement. And they think that anyone who's doing that is a hater, a liberal, a genocide lover, right? But I am a leftist, even though I don't agree with the way online leftists move. And I care about this movement. Like, I care about the way we are treating each other. And so I want it to be better. And I don't think that we should just ignore the abuses that are happening within our movement for the sake of solidarity. Because that doesn't make a movement stronger. It just makes it weaker, and it makes us more susceptible to outside criticism, right? All this is to say, I totally called it. Because we are now in for a total avalanche, right? First, we had LOL overruled. And then we have, what's his name? Fantano, who recently said nasty shit about Ethan. This was literally just like hours after I had posted this avalanche thing. 8:40 p.m. And then this was just like a little while later, right? Yeah, a little while later, a couple hours later. In less than 24 hours, Anthony Fantano has been exposed laughing at Trayvon Martin's death with his alt-right buddies, caught saying the N-word with a hard R on video, and deleting posts from last night where he hinted Drake was a pedophile. Well, I don't know if that is in the same ballpark. This is what happens when white men pretend to be part of the culture just to grift off it. And y'all let him sit at the table this long, shaking my head. Yeah, because Fantano is a music reviewer, right? And I think he does a lot of hip hop reviews. Alleged audio has leaked of white closeted hip hop reviewer Anthony Fantano saying the N-word. Wait, is that him? Or is this him? I'm confused. I mean, I know this is him, but what is this? Anyway, so there's Fantano. And then we have Mr. Atlas Drugged, who, oh shit, it's gone. He deleted his shit too. So At Last Drugged, aka Shobahu, was the guy who had a lot to say about me and said that everybody should block me so I don't get to see inside their community. Let me just find it so we can read it, just to contextualize things. Here it is. So he said, be aware, this is one of Ethan's biggest small-scale, what does that mean? Sycophants. She has a YouTube drama channel dedicated to talking about Ethan and related content. Okay. Yeah. We should likely all block her. Like, who the fuck are you to say that to anybody? We should likely all block her just to make sure she's not able to see whatever she wants within our various communities. Why would I, like, I don't have the time to do that. I don't want to do that. And it's actually pretty easy for me to find out where you guys are fucking up because you tend to put it right on Front Street for anybody to see. I don't need to go like create 9 sock puppet accounts and like sniff around in your Reddits. You know what I mean? And also, what exactly are you hiding? right? Like, to me, this just screams you're guilty of something. That you need to block me? You think everybody should block me because you don't want me to see what? Well, it turns out that Mr. Shobahu is apparently a cheater. Let me see if I can find something on Twitter, because he took his shit down. At last, drugged cheater. Okay, so this is one thing. So one of the most psychotic Ethan Klein-obsessed haters at last drugged, who was, of course, deep in Hasan's fandom, is outed as a freak who harassed other women online. Damn, son, I'm so shocked. Almost like the lot of the people in the orbit around Hasan are sick fucks or something. Yeah. So, I mean, it came out that first he was harassing like a lot of the women in the Hasan Twitter sphere and the Discord. Here's Hana Kantana also talking about it. His account is gone now, but he will be back. Sam Shobahu, at last drugged, is a fucking creep and cheater who has been preying on Hasan's young fans for years. Yeah, so he's gone. He removed everything. But yeah, so that's another one. So now we have LOL overruled. We have Fantano. We have Shobahu. Right? And now we have Mr. Jacob Berger. So let me show you Mr. Jacob Berger. Let's just get a taste of who this guy is before I tell you anything. And before I start this, I will say I reached out to Jacob to see if he wanted to give me a statement on his behavior. And shockingly, he did not reply. And I have enough followers on Instagram that my messages are going to go directly to you. So why the fuck does this not let me click on his actual name? I'll just go to messages. Yep, still has not responded at all. Here he is. I'll show you guys that later. All right, so this is Jacob. He is a New Yorker who is Jewish and is very, very publicly fighting for Palestine, according to his social media. That is what his social media is completely dedicated to. And, you know, the first thought is, wow, that's great. Like, we need people across the religious spectrum, maybe especially Jews, talking about how fucked up things are, right? How bad the genocide is and how we need to do something different. And most recently, Jacob was part of the flotilla, the Handala flotilla that went to Gaza. So here's what he had to say on board the flotilla. Oh, why aren't we working? Oh, there we go.
For a while. Tonight we believe that the Zionist entity will come to kidnap us in international waters as we
the Zionist entity
attempt to break the illegal siege of Gaza going on since 2007. I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this journey. The fight continues on. No matter what happens to me and the rest of the crew, please promise me you'll continue to fight for Palestine, to fight for the people of Gaza, to end this genocide.
So, I mean, it sounds like he's like, if you're reading this, I'm already dead, right? It's really interesting. Put a pin in that of like, I don't know what's going to happen to me and everybody else. What's interesting is what happened to him was very different than what happened to everybody else. Okay? So there's that. Okay, here he is when the IOF boarded our ship. So now he's home. He's already home.
Get ready to be boarded by Israel. Get ready.
So he made sure they knew he was a Jew so that he wasn't treated as badly as other people. Is that what this is saying? I don't know. So this is Jacob Berger. Before all of this started, before he became a I don't want to say a one-trick pony, but before he became entirely focused, I mean, look, like his entire feed is just about Gaza. Like that's all he posts about, right? And of course his account has exploded because he, like, as Ethan has said, he's one of the good Jews, right? Like it feels good to support him because you're like, yeah, see, it's not anti-Semitic to be pro-Palestine. And I agree with that. So he's really been profiting, I would say, off of this situation. But, you know, he's doing good things, right? He's out here, he's helping, he's doing the right stuff. I mean, he is doing like cringe shit like this.
Damn it, bitch, I said let go! Damn it, bitch, I said let go!
So, I mean, he is an actor first and an activist second, I would say. And before he was into Palestine, he was cosplaying as a cop. And I guess he still does that from time to time. So here was his thing about ICE related to the cops. Here's a little ditty. How cops should respond when ICE asks them to help deport people. What's interesting to me is there is a theme here that I'm just noticing between his Israel-Palestine content and now this cops in diverse communities content. In both situations, he is portraying himself as... Oh, why is this like cut off? Hang on one second, y'all. There you go. In one situation, he is portraying himself, or in both situations, he's portraying himself as like this member of the oppressing class, right? But one who has, oh shit, I don't know what's happening here. There we go. So in both scenarios, he is portraying himself as a member of the oppressing group, right? Israel, or a cop in situations with ICE. And also there's a lot of stuff with black people that we'll get to, of like cops interacting with black people. And then in the Israel-Palestine stuff, he is this Jewish person, this enlightened Jewish person who, throws off the mantle of Zionism to support Gaza, right? He's like this hero within the oppressive group, right? That's what cosplaying is, the bad guy, but one of the good ones. Exactly. And so he knew it worked when he did the cop thing, right? He was doing the cop thing for a long time before he started doing the Palestine thing. And I say the Palestine thing because it's become very clear recently that he has just been using this movement to farm clout, to farm fame, to also allegedly be a grifter, and also like a sex pest to some degree, right? Like that is what has been shown in the last like 24 hours. And that has come thanks to an actual Palestinian woman who is also a law student, I believe in New York City, where Jacob is from. So I'm going to read through this. There's a lot. She has been posting nonstop since yesterday. All kinds of information, all kinds of tea. And I just want to say up front, I fucking called it. I never enjoyed his content. I definitely got the one of the good ones vibes from him. I actually, when I went to message him to see if he wanted to make a comment about the allegations that this girl, this woman has levied against him, I wanted to reach out to him, and I had blocked him. So apparently months ago, I was like, this guy's fucking annoying. And I blocked him because I knew he was insincere. And I also knew that the movement was just going to try to stay blind to it because he seemed to be so supportive of the cause, and the fact that he was Jewish gave him some sort of like status within the movement because he was like one of the good ones, right? Like, oh, everyone listen to Jacob. Jacob's here, and it's, you know, it's so hard for him because he's like betraying his religion, which he's not, right? But if you believe that all Jews are Zionists and they all love Israel, it's easy to see that, right? Like, wow, he's so courageous. He's really doing the work more than anybody, and he just loves that. He loved it when he was pretending to be a cop, and now he's like, oh my God, I actually am Jewish, so I can leverage this even more personally. Do we know that he wasn't just on a flotilla in, say, Miami Beach or something? We do. We have a little information about that. And what I will say, what I am about to show and say, this is one side of it. These are allegations, right? I am not saying that this stuff is 100% true because I genuinely don't know. But this woman, Nardine Kiswani, is deep in the Palestinian liberation movement. I believe she is Palestinian, and she is a law student. So I think she's pretty smart. She seems to be pretty smart. So I want to give her the floor. Because you know me. If a man is fucking up, I'm going to let you know. So buckle up, everybody. Let me take a drink here. Pandemonium. What did Pandemonium say? Can a bad person care about a humanitarian cause? Absolutely. Absolutely they can, right? The problem here, which you'll see, is the way he centers himself in that cause. I think it is admirable when shitty people care about something and try to make a difference. But a lot of the time, their shittiness is the driver in the situation, and they see it as an opportunity for them to enrich themselves in a lot of different ways. And that appears to be what is happening here. This is not just him being like, hey guys, I'm a Jew, like, but I care about Palestine. Like, can I like come in? Can I like hang out? Is that cool? No, this is him positioning himself as a leader in this movement. Okay, and using that to his advantage in multiple ways. So, Nardine begins. She's on a warpath, and I love that for her. There's a white Jewish man who's managed to wedge himself into pro-Palestine spaces, building a personal brand off of genocide. Right there, I was like, Jacob fucking Berger. I knew exactly who she was talking about. And every time I vaguely mention him without even naming him, someone new messages me with another horrifying story. This is what I'm saying. Like, as the avalanche builds, more and more people feel comfortable coming out and saying something about a specific person. Because at first, if you're the first one, oh, you're a Zionist. You hate Palestine. You love genocide, right? And someone like Jacob, in my opinion, counts on that. Counts on you being intimidated into silence for daring to criticize him. Right? He's using the movement as a shield for bad behavior. This man was This man was a failed OnlyFans creator. I have no idea about that. Before rebranding as a Palestine supporter. Okay, let me take it off screen and just see if I can find anything. Ex-OnlyFans creator, and that's recent. Interesting that Faux Moi is covering this. That's interesting. But I can't find anything about him actually being on OnlyFans. Okay, so I don't know about that. I don't know how true that is. But apparently, according to Nardine, failed OnlyFans creator before rebranding as a Palestine supporter. Since then, he's taken sponsorship deals, asked for donations nonstop, and monetized every angle of his supposed activism. He was in Egypt under the guise of helping relief efforts for Gaza. Instead, he bragged about getting a free apartment, not paying for anything, and living comfortably while volunteers around him were actually working. He reportedly made videos with Palestinian children on a field trip, asking people to donate for these orphans without consent from their families. He just had these children on their own? When they found out and asked him to take it down, he blocked them. Palestinian families asked him to take down videos of him exploiting their Palestinian children and calling them orphans. And he blocked them, allegedly, according to this woman, and potentially actual Palestinians besides her. He sexually harasses and fetishizes Arab women. We will see some of that coming up, according to multiple reports and also his own TikTok videos. Several women have described feeling unsafe around him, especially in activist spaces. He joined a solidarity flotilla and then voluntarily signed self-deportation orders, abandoning others who went on hunger strike while still in captivity. When people asked him about it, he blocked them too. So, according to this person, Jacob Berger was part of the flotilla, and then as soon as they were held captive by the IDF, he fucking self-deported and left everyone else behind. This is the flotilla where Chris Smalls, the Amazon union creator, was apparently beaten by the IDF while in captivity. He just fucking left him behind. Oh shit, an earthquake in Bergen County. There's been some crazy earthquakes lately. But yeah, so Chris Smalls finally safely made it home, thank goodness. But no thanks to Jacob Berger, who just fucked off and left behind the other activists because he decided, I'm not going to do a hunger strike, according to this person. And yeah, he just went home and then waited for everybody else and then made videos. Like here he is with fucking Chris Smalls. Where is he? Chris Smalls is home. Just sucking up the clout that Chris Smalls has already before this, right? As a huge activist and union leader, and now like, oh, he got beaten by IDF. Let me get in a fucking video, bro. Let me get in a video and fucking juice out here. Let me fucking juicer magooser this.
To support y'all. It's been great that I came home to the community. The community always shows up. But once again, all eyes on Gaza because that's what this is about.
Yes, absolutely. Handala. Hey. Hi, guys.
Oh my God, he's so fucking cringe. 58,000 likes on that. Okay. So let's keep going. If you can stomach it. He's repeatedly claimed that he sacrifices more than Palestinians. This is what I'm talking about when he says, like, as a Jewish person, I'm coming in here and sacrificing, yeah, right? As if abandoning a failed Hollywood career to go live stream on TikTok for donations is more than surviving occupation, displacement, and bombing. He centers himself in everything. Even when talking to Palestinians and on live streams, it's me, how he suffers, how he is censored, how he gave up fame while literally grifting off a genocide. Unconscionable. If you've felt uneasy about him, you're not alone. Palestinians have been warning for a long time. This is what I'm saying. Like when we fail to police our movement, when we fail to have guardrails on what is allowed and who we are platforming, we are harming the actual people that need our help the most. This is actual Palestinians warning against Jacob Berger while he just continues to grow and grow his platform, right? Because people are scared to look like they are tearing the movement down. But that is white supremacist rape culture. To make everyone just like keep their mouths shut and soldier forth, right? And we can't fucking allow that. This isn't cancel culture. It's protecting the movement from exploiters. A zillion %. If your solidarity is self-promotion, it's actually extraction and exploitation. What is the word there? It's not exploitation. What is the word? Why can't I think of it? It's exploitative. But what, like, is there a noun for it? Exploitation. Thank you. I was missing a word. A letter. Okay. Exploitation. Thanks, guys. Total brain fart. Many black people have also called him out for fetishizing black women. If this is the person I assume it is, I remember distinctly having a TikTok mutual of mine a year or so back talk about how before his current focus, he evidently had a lot of content where he was fetishizing black women before somehow working his way into the Palestine space. And yeah, now he's fetishizing Middle Eastern women and Arab women. And it's gross. It's the same kind of like Comrade Casey, bodacious, hijabi, habibti shit. Okay? Swear he was doing like extremely racist skits as a cop. Yep, with King Bach back in the day. We have one of those. I kind of remember him being weird with Hispanic Latina women. I remember because after he posted one vid doing that, he was in Egypt to do stuff. And the stuff was also including being weird to women there. Yeah. Yep. He is weird to women all the time. Constantly. Thinks it's really cool, actually. Okay, let me go back. Many Palestinians and Arabs have reached out to me saying that he frequently likes to talk about trying to sleep with Arab women. I know exactly who this is. He came to Dearborn. Dearborn mention! Blah, 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 blah. He came to Dearborn last year for ArabCon and asked me where all the hot Lebanese women are at. I told him to get away from me. I've seen at least one TikTok of him talking about like, once you have a Lebanese woman, you never go back. But look at this. All right, so he likes hot Lebanese women. So what? Girl. Always had a bad feeling about this guy. His skits felt weird and fetishizing. Yeah. He bragged to my sister and other comrades that he was living for free in Egypt, including in his apartment. And she straight up called him out, saying he's just taking housing away from Palestinians fleeing the genocide. And the orphan story I was told a few days ago, but have heard iterations of things like this prior. Let me see if I can make this smaller. And he's an American white J. I'm guessing that's Jewish. And he uses that card hardcore. He is disgusting. I heard people in Egypt complained about him. He used kids that had crossed the borders from Gaza to make a content video. Took them out on a field trip and made a video. Said something around, thank you for your donations that are helping these orphan kids, blah, blah, blah. And when the parents of these orphan children found out and asked him and his org to take this down, they aren't orphans, etc., they got blocked. Some Egyptians tried to make contact with people from New York City to ask them to talk sense to him or tell him to leave. Fucking hell, bro. Again, if you're asking for receipts, you can find them yourself on his own TikTok page, which if you took a cursory glance at, you can easily find no less than 10 different videos fetishizing Arab women. His old profile on Facebook apparently still has them. Would you even call this Jew out if it was a woman? What the fuck are you talking about? God, TikTok is so rotted. Like, is this supposed to be normal? A white Jewish guy starts supporting Palestine and then bases half of his content, it's like 100% now, around fetishizing Arab women, and we're not supposed to call this out? Speaking to other women in front of your Arab girlfriend. How to find that perfect Habibti. Literally exactly what fucking Comrade Casey said. There's got to be shit on that guy somewhere. And look at this. Palestine scarf, Palestine shirt. Like, you're at ArabCon, we fucking get it. Like, literally just wearing it as a shield to be a creep to women. POV, asking for help to get a new hijab for my secret girlfriend. Gotta match Habibti's eye. This is fucking gross. Hastwood was turning on Casey the other day, as they should. POV, you missed a call from your Arab girlfriend. I thought Latinas were the most jealous, but guess I was wrong. Mashallah. Like, what the fuck, bro? Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, what the fuck was that? I don't know what that was. Okay, it gets worse. Anyone who respects our struggle would be respecting our women too. I'm not going to let y'all normalize this shit in the middle of a genocide. We should have never let him get this comfortable. Me turning into haram police. Oh, haram police again. After living in a Muslim country for 2 weeks and see a woman with bare arms. So now he's making jokes about women, like harassing women for not covering their arms. This is fucking disgusting. I'm haram police now. Allah is watching, ladies. How did this go on for so long? Oh, because, well, he's supporting Palestine, so, like, we shouldn't be critical. We need all the voices we can get. I fucking disagree, guys. I disagree with that. White men 2 minutes after feeling the love of a Lebanese woman for the first time. Lebanese women will put you under a spell. Trust me, I know. Ew, what a fucking perv. POV, it's your first day dating an Arab woman. Just making fun of them. Why y'all got such trust issues? And he's in fucking Dubai. Which, like, enslaves other Arab people. How I handle Arab women's ex-boyfriends when they try to talk to... I'm guessing it says Habibti, my Habibti. Sorry, Abdul, she my Habibti now. How the Listen, I know that this movement wants and needs to grow, right? But we do not need to be supporting someone like this. If he wants to, like, passively support the movement, you know, give money, do fundraisers, that's fine. But why does someone with this kind of disgusting point of view, this fetishist point of view of Arab people, and before that Latinas, and before that black women, why does he get 1 million followers? He is so clearly using Palestine and the plight of Palestinians, like literally the children in Palestine, to play cover for his outrageous misogyny. This man is fucking disgusting. Like, and this isn't even just like alleged stuff. This is his own content. This is his own content. Oh yeah, all Arab girls are jealous. Like, this is supposed to be normal. A white Jewish guy. Okay, we saw that one. It gets worse. More people continue to reach out about ways he has harmed the movement, including a student organizer who just told me he was at an encampment in New York City, clout chasing and filming people. Shocking. Not that you need another person telling you this, but your tweets about Jacob are so vindicating. See? It grows, right? It fucking grows. I remember when he rolled up to the CCNY encampment, live streaming the whole time. He didn't put the phone down once. He was getting our faces and everything. Made me super uncomfortable. Yup. He also pretends to be a cop for clicks and collaborates with the police.
Community really loves my content.
Really? He just wants to be famous. He wants to be famous, and he's so clearly trying all these different avenues. He doesn't give a fuck about the people of Palestine. Right? If he will go from pretending to be like a good cop to caping for Palestinians? Doesn't make any sense. He wants to be famous. He's an actor first.
For the most part, the law enforcement community really loves my content that I do. Back in New York, I'd have cops coming up to me all the time. I'd be walking down the street smoking a joint, and they're like, "Hey, yo, Jacob!" Right here, whoop whoop. I'm like, "Oh shit!" They're like, "Yo, you want to take a picture with you, man?" I'm like,
"Oh, I'm so cool. I'm famous. Cops love me."
Like, ah, no doubt. Like, you know,
goes from this to being like, "Fuck the IDF," where it's like, the IDF and our cops follow the same format, bro. He does talk drunk. He texts drunk too. I think I have some of his responses. And just wait.
Or like someone like, "Yo, take a message from my partner." Like call him a pussy, like, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I brag about cops loving me.
I do a good job
economy,
of sort of like.
Okay, so yeah, he definitely has like wet brain. If y'all know what that is, it definitely seems like he has fucking wet brain. He would have been bringing awareness to what was happening to student protests. Okay, and see, like, people are still caping for him. You need to get the full story, friends. Okay. He weaponizes Islam against Muslims and speaks in disgusting, derogatory manner. Oh, we were just talking about the way he texts to people when he was questioned about sharing a fundraiser that used images, videos of a program for Palestinians in Egypt that they don't even give money to. Okay. Hey, Jacob, how have you been? I saw your post on Instagram about the fundraising event on Sunday. It's earlier this year. What is the situation with Taboo now? You do know that the football program is no longer being supported by Taboo, right? They stopped supporting us over a month ago. It seems odd that they're still raising funds and using content taken from the football fields to do so. Also, did you get consent from the children and their families to post those videos on social media? Any content I posted was from when we worked together. I know nothing about program ending. As you saw, I've been in America past month. He's so dumb. And yes, anything I posted is kids from Taboo who sign off being on being shown. Doubt it. Kids can't fucking sign off. Why the fuck did you message the woman who helped us with the fundraiser? You're out of line. This person just asked some questions. Trying to put doubt and throw shade at us, telling her you don't know where money going. Is he a fucking caveman? Straight up, fuck you, dude. We got other programs that need funding. Just immediately abusive. I messaged her because transparency is key when developing trust with those who you collaborate with. I mean, this is so guilty, in my opinion. Caveman lawyer. This is crazy. And when Taboo exploits other people and children to raise money for their own motives, people deserve to know. Also, those children never consented to you posting their photos on social media to beg for money. I think it would be best for the children if you remove them. No one exploiting anyone. Beg, suck my dick, you greedy fuck. This is someone who works for a football program for kids. You was getting paid big salary for little work. Anything I posted was already approved. Mind your fucking business. You real scumbag for doing this. Allah will be your judge. This man is a psychopath. Allah will be your judge? As someone who has apparently been just so moved by the Palestinian movement, you say this to a fucking Muslim person? As someone who is not Muslim? I feel bad for every woman that has rejected him. Y'all just know how he'd respond to rejection. 1,000%. 1,000%. I want to check something. I just want to see what this organization is they keep talking about. Ramon Foundation. What is this? Does he run this? He has an organization in his bio. I'm just trying to look into it. I'll do this later. But yeah, they're talking about Taboo. I don't know what that is either. I've never heard of that organization. Taboo Academy. Thank you for your tax deductible. Taboo Academy. I don't want to show this because I don't know if these kids have signed off on it. Is a 501c3 organization registered in the state of Florida. Contributions are tax deductible as allowed by law, so please keep a copy, blah, blah, blah. Board of directors, our team. Is he like on the board of directors? What is this shit? Doesn't look like it. Anyway, maybe that's not the taboo that he's talking about, but whatever. Let's get back to the other stuff. I can do a deep dive on that later. So wow, that was his reaction to someone asking for like proof, receipts, anything. Suck my dick. Cool guy. This is who's being elevated in this movement. While on the Handala, Jacob went live on TikTok saying women should thank him for his activism by sending nudes. He repeated it more than once and was completely serious. Hi, Anas. I just wanted to add something to this. So Jacob was recently on TikTok Live while he was on the Handala, and he was talking about how a bunch of women are supposedly reaching out to him and thanking him for his activism. Then he said, if you really want to thank me, send nudes. This guy is a fucking dirtbag. This is so gross. So he's just like jerking off to all the power he feels from this movement of all of these poor, desperate people thinking that they have found some kind of a kindred spirit, a savior, not a savior, but like real authentic help in him. Disgusting sociopathic behavior. He went on to talk about how he used to hit these women up, and they wouldn't give him the time of day. Oh, this is what we were talking about, Evie, right? Now he's bitter because they rejected his advances in the past, and suddenly they're being nice to him because they admire his activism. He did all this in a live. And he was 100% serious. He repeated the line about nudes more than once. I wish I screen recorded it. Hopefully someone else did. It was such a disgusting thing to say, especially considering the space he was in when he said it. Yeah, talking about fucking Gaza. Literally on the fucking flotilla to Gaza, trying to solicit nudes. What a fucking pig. What a fucking pig. And then reminder, he's saying Allah will be your judge to a Muslim. That is, to me, the most disgusting thing of this whole thing. Typical Israeli. See, they're just still fucking... Oh my God, here it is on fucking OnlyFans. Oh my God. You have the right to remain silent. So he was doing like cop porn on OnlyFans? Oh my God. Disgusting. Wait, does that mean I can probably see that video? Hang on 1 second. Oh my God, it is here. Oh my God, guys, we have it. We have his fucking OnlyFans promo. Here's Jacob Berger's OnlyFans promo. When is this from? 2022. So 3 years ago, when he was doing his cop thing, he decided to make a fucking OnlyFans. Oh, gag me with a fucking rake. All right, here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Berger. I'm a TV film actor and content creator on social media.
And a fucking director.
I'll be seeing some of my viral rap.
Face, I come to wild out. Now you all gonna catch a case.
Wow.
Comedy.
We love a cop fucking threatening black people as a joke.
These sketch videos. Really excited to be here at OnlyFans, bringing exclusive content that you can only find on my OnlyFans.
You just know whatever that was, it was disgusting. Oh, he's gonna be in his fucking swim trunks, guys. Try to keep your lunch down, would you? Ew, ew, ew. So there's all that. Let me see. There was a bunch of other shit. I just want to, because then other people are like, oh yeah, I knew about this guy. Oh, this is someone just confirming who Nardine is. She's Palestinian in New York City, a doctor at law, and a CUNY alumnus who's in the thick of the movement. I don't think she would post this without being sure. The person in question is Jacob Berger. So that's just to like verify that other people vouched for her, you know, and it's not just a random person just slandering a guy. All right, and this is now one of his videos from when he was pretending to be a cop for content. And here he is being fucking racist to a black person. But it's so funny, right? It's like so funny.
We're cops. Of course we serve and protect.
Yo, you gotta say it, man.
I told you I'm not saying that shit, bro.
Look, I told you I'll let you go if you help me with this TikTok.
Yo, fuck 12. Suck my dick.
What? We're cops. We never racially profile anyone.
Say it.
They're the cops.
How the fuck is this funny?
Of course I never beat on people.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's good, boy. All right, come on, you're free to go.
Ew. This man has, like, he just has, like, no conscience. It's just all about, he's, like, so clout-brained. I cannot believe that this is real. Like, I wasn't able to fully, I mean, I was just, like, grabbing all the little things that I could about him to put them all together. That video, oh, my God. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Jacob Berger went from making videos where he dresses as a cop and sexualizes mostly racialized women into anti-Zionist activism that somehow manages to make him the center of attention, and that is the problem. I don't know how he got on the Handala. I don't know why I can't say that fucking word, Handala, but I'm glad others haven't forgotten he's sketchy as hell. See, and this is the problem. He's just an immature douche, dickhead. Please put your attention to where they belong instead of this dumb guy who really does, like, try. He wants a better world because, maybe because of his privilege, he doesn't know any better. But I feel like he's trying. Oh, you guys didn't see it. We don't have to give these men the benefit of the doubt. Like, he's not doing anyone any favors, and it seems like he's actually, like, really harming people within the movement, right? All right, here's another one. These are all different people posting these now. This is like the floodgates opened as soon as she said that. So this is one of his Arab stereotype videos.
Oh yeah, Cairo's been going great, man. I even got an Egyptian girlfriend now. Hey baby. What? What I do? What?
لا انت جزمة انت شبشب انت كلب انا خلاص انا عدت منك لا خلاص كفاية باي باي مع السلامة.
So Egyptian women are angry all the time, and it's so hot.
انا بحبك لا احنا خلاص انت شبشب انت جزمة.
Oh, don't worry, he will become a Trump voter. He will go the Trump route eventually. Probably after this cancellation, he will start the right-wing grift for sure. Because all he cares about is being famous and making money, right? Which, as a Jewish person, bro, the optics on that are not great, given all the stereotypes. Okay, so this again was about Chris Smalls and just like self-deporting himself. The fact that he self-deported while Chris Smalls languished and was beaten in an Israeli prison really was the nail in the coffin for me. and it is on anti-Zionist Jewish folks in the movement to call these bad actors out and reject co-option. To be clear, she did not tell me this. It's just insanely obvious if you've been following stuff over the last year and seen how he's moved. Stop being a creep to Arab women, you fuckos. Movement is not the place to find people to creep on. Except it is, right? For him, he has seen it as an opportunity. These people are desperate, and he's taking advantage of that. And he still has people fucking caping for him. I mean, oh my God, it's so deep, guys. It is so deep down in here. Okay, I did that one about him fetishizing black women. Great. Oh, this is Katana. Oh, this is another video. Let's watch this. Jacob Berger sexually assaulted Barney. I don't know who Barney is, but I guess we're going to find out. This is obviously alleged. I have no knowledge of this, but let's watch and see what this person says. Oh, let me read the rest of this. I believe her. Jacob needs to be removed from our spaces immediately. The man is a dangerous predator. Women deserve to be protected from him, and he deserves to be deplatformed. Let's learn more about this.
That jail support the other day. Boom. Oh, Jacob Berger just posted this. Barney. Fuck Jacob.
Oh, Crackhead Barney. I know Crackhead Barney. Do you all know who Crackhead Barney is? Let me find a picture of her. She does a lot of like on the street interviews and kind of like antagonizes people. She's crazy. She's funny and insane. Like, she is insane. Here's a great picture of Crackhead Barbie. Okay. She does like insane street interviews, antagonizing people all across the political spectrum. It's almost like performance art, kind of. That's at least how I view it. But yeah, she always has different crazy outfits on. This is another common outfit of hers. Yeah, so she's crazy, she's fun, and she's for sure like pro-Palestine, anti-Israel and all that. So apparently something happened with her. So let's find out what happened.
Jail support the other day. Boom. Oh, Jacob Berger just posted this. Barney. Fuck Jacob Berger. And find out it's not no funny shit. He came up, you know what I mean? Juggled her titties.
Oh my God, and she has it on fucking camera. Oh my God. So Crackhead Barney, I would say the street performer, interviewer, has it on film that Jacob Berger, the supposed pro-Palestine activist, sexually assaulted her. I had no idea that was going to be in the video. I imagine she started filming as soon as it happened, and I believe we are seeing the aftermath of this. This is disgusting. I think he's drunk all the time. That's the vibe I'm getting. So let's dive back into this.
That jail support the other day. Boom. Oh, Jacob Berger just posted this. Barney. Fuck Jacob Berger. And find out it's not no funny shit. He came up, you know what I mean? Juggled her titties.
Fucking bitch! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! You sexually assaulted me!
He's telling her to shut up after he juggled her titties.
Shut the fuck up! You sexually assaulted me! You wanna talk shit? Yes, you did, bitch! Yes.
Literally hiding behind the keffiyeh and the Palestinian flag to sexually assault a black woman.
You did, bitch! You sexually assaulted me and now you wanna talk shit!
There she is.
Fucking asshole! Shut the fuck up, fake ass!
Oh, okay, now he's getting in her face. Shut the fuck up, fake ass bitch.
Fake ass bitch!
Dude, when was this? This looks like it was recent. Because it seems like he's with Chris Smalls. Did this just... Hang on.
Hi guys, Chris is home. What do
Is
you
this
guys
the
think?
outfit that he's wearing? Oh my God. He did this as Chris Smalls was coming home from being fucking beaten in Israel? He sexually assaulted a woman? Like at the fucking pier? Is that what this is showing?
Shut the fuck up. You said she assaulted me.
Same hat, right?
Yes, you did, bitch.
That sort of cream colored New York hat. Same sweatshirt. They look like they're in a parking garage.
Yes, you did.
The timing of this is crazy.
Hey, bitch. That's what assaulted me and I want to talk shit. Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up, fake ass bitch.
Yeah, she's saying Chris wants to get, someone's saying Chris wanted to give you a hug. It's Chris Smalls, who has just gotten back from Israel. Look, there's Chris to the left right there. She's trying to get clout off me, Chris. Talk about projection. You are trying to get clout off Chris. Okay, we got a different angle now. Just lets him go though.
No Zionists here, please.
Like none of the men seem to stand up for her.
Why are you talking to that sexual assaulter? Epstein's list. You belong on Epstein's list. Epstein's list.
Chris is the first one.
Epstein's list, motherfucker.
Oh, get out of here. You're so rude. You sexually inappropriately touched her, according to her.
Motherfucker, Epstein's list. Shut the fuck up. Go sexually assault some more bitches. Go sexually assault some more bitches. Making bitches uncomfortable. You're lonely and 40. How the fuck did that happen?
Good job, crackhead Barney.
How the fuck did that happen? Midlife crisis piece of shit. You're fat, nigga. I'm fat. I'm fat.
Wait, he called her fat?
How the fuck did that happen? Midlife crisis piece of shit. I'm fat, nigga. I'm fat. I'm fat. Nigga, you got a midlife crisis going.
He called her fat after sexually assaulting her.
Making bitches uncomfortable. You're lonely and 40. How the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? Midlife crisis piece of shit. I'm fat, nigga. I'm fat.
I think I heard him say it.
Nigga, you got a midlife crisis going on. Shit. Zionist.
Imagine sexually assaulting a woman. She gets upset and then you're like, you're fucking fat. Yeah, I think he said fat fuck.
Fuck this motherfucker. Epstein list.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No problem.
When I saw that you said you was coming, I was like,
Wow. Holy shit. I thought that was just going to be someone explaining it. That was literally one of the first things he did after Chris Smalls returned home from Israel, got a video with him, and sexually assaulted a woman. Yeah, get out of here, you fat fuck. Sound like what he said. That's Creep 101. They essay, and when they get called out by the victim, they criticize their looks. That is, for sure, the worst thing I've seen so far. Holy fucking shit. Okay, we read that one. That was about the orphan children that he made kids whose parents were alive pretend that they were orphans. Meanwhile, certainly dozens of their friends are actually fucking orphans. Now, what is this one? I put what the fuck next to it. Oh, interesting. This is more about the movement in general. It says, I would also like to add that Jacob Berger is not an anomaly. There's been a lot of losers online who have been trying to marry women from Gaza after they started running their GoFundMe campaigns. So they connected with these women who are begging for money and then try to fucking marry them. That feels like a kind of trafficking or something. Smashing it. Yeah, smash that like button like Mike's couch. I've seen women marrying from Gaza, men from Gaza as well. This is insane. So we know he's self-deported. Okay, now here he is talking about his experience after he's self-deported. Look at him just soaking up all the love, soaking up the adulation. Notice he's by himself, right? Notice he is by himself.
Hey everybody, this is Jacob Berger. I just got back from being kidnapped by Israel trying to feed the children of Gaza.
And like sexually harassing a bunch of women.
We need direct action, all right? Protests in the streets is honestly just not enough. They just become basically parades at this point. We need people.
Dude is fucking drunk all the time. This is the guy that's telling us protesting isn't enough and telling us what we need to be doing. He didn't even know where fucking Palestine was like 3 years ago. He was making propaganda OnlyFans content.
To be going to weapons factories, actions that will really put a stop to the war machine that is going on.
Okay, Noah Sampson.
That's slaughtering the people of Gaza. One day we will see Palestine free, inshallah. Inshallah. Thank you. It's violence in and of itself trying to stop us like this. What we were doing was completely illegal. We were going from international waters into Palestinian waters. So the fact that they had multiple naval ships armed to the teeth with M16.
He, again, mind you, he's by himself because he's self-deported. He left Chris Smalls and the other activists in Gaza. He chose to self-deport.
And things like that.
This is the guy, this drunk pig is out here acting like he is the expert, the authority on a way forward for peace between Palestine and Israel. Do you see how desperation lets absolute sociopaths thrive and take advantage of a situation? This is why it's important to actually talk about it and not just be like, no, don't distract, like, because that's going to make it look like we don't all agree on things and this movement needs to move forward. He is actively harming this movement, and he is actively harming women physically. We just saw. He is not someone that we need at the front of this movement. He is like a cultural parasite, right? Fetishizing black women, then fetishizing Latina women, and now fetishizing Muslim women. Like, who the fuck is he to say how we are supposed to come to any kind of peace in Israel, in Palestine, in anywhere in the Middle East? Like, why do you have to center yourself? Why not listen to and step aside for actual Palestinians? Oh, because you're a fucking alcoholic narcissist, in my opinion, and a fucking predator, and a racist deep down. Because you fetishize women of all these different cultures. Why is it so, I mean, narcissism essentially makes it impossible for someone like him to just support a movement, to use his reach to do good. He has to make it about him, and then he has to profit off of it, right? Getting donations, trying to get nudes from women, soliciting nudes while you are on the flotilla going to Gaza. Disgusting, disgusting work. And that's why we have to talk about this shit. That's why we can't just pretend it's not happening. That is where sociopaths and predators thrive, right? Because they know that it is such a desperate situation that they can do a lot of shit in the shadows and get away with it. And guess who always ends up taking the brunt of that? Women, specifically disenfranchised women, and literal victims of genocide. I'm like just beside myself with how disgusting this is. So yeah, he's a piece of shit. He is someone that needs to be excised from this movement as quickly as possible before he continues to harm not just the reputation of the movement, but also the people in the movement. Actual Palestinians have been warning people about him. Are we listening to Palestinians or are we not? This man is just a failed actor who is trying to suck up the clout that he can get by being one of the good Jews who supports a free Palestine. But that's not enough for him. It's not enough for him to just have his ego stroked. He also has to take advantage of people and physically assault people and emotionally abuse them and financially capitalize on a fucking genocide. Okay, I want to end with, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I think I said all the stuff I wanted to say about him. Oh, let's say this. This is the problem with leftism and activism in general when it isn't intersectional, when it doesn't take into account the ways that people's identities intersect and make things even more difficult for them, right? These white men just like bash into spaces and take up all the air, and they're treated like saviors because, oh, they have all this privilege and they're choosing to like bow to us, right? They do the bare minimum and it just gives them all of this status. And like the sociopaths they tend to be, they turn around and use that to abuse people and take advantage of them. And this is why I think we need a leftist movement where cis white men either aren't allowed or are relegated to very little work and very little public eye. We already have socialist feminism, but I think we need feminist socialism. I think we need socialism and activism that is seen through the lens of feminism, womanism, you know? Because this isn't, these movements, like feminism, isn't just about protecting women. It's about protecting marginalized people. Because when men subjugate marginalized people, they are treating them like they treat women. Because the patriarchy is a rampant disease that infects everything. So I've looked for it. I've looked for feminist socialism. It doesn't seem to exist. But I think going forward, I'm going to consider myself a feminist socialist. Meaning I look at socialism through a lens of feminist theory. Instead of seeing like, oh, well, feminism isn't just about gender roles, right? It's about the economics. I want to look at economics through the lens of feminism and womanism. Because if we aren't doing this, these disgusting, parasitic grifters are going to keep taking the mantle and running with it and soaking up all the praise and soaking up all the donations, soaking up all the attention and spewing out recommendations for a movement they didn't even know about 3 years ago. That is utopian. I love that. So yeah, we got to talk about this stuff. I'm so sick of people within this movement being like, don't distract from it. It's not a distraction. Is it a distraction to crackhead Barney? Or is her being assaulted distracting her from the movement? Like it continues, like all of this, like don't distract, don't talk about it, is rape culture, and it's putting the onus on victims to shut up and do it for the cause. That's not what this should be about. It shouldn't be about swallowing abuse and exploitation. Remember the word this time. For the greater good. You can support the greater good, and maybe that does mean sacrificing things in your life, right? But it should not be at the cost of your physical and emotional safety. Women's bodies are not just fair game because socialism. Because this guy says nice things about Palestine. Soliciting nudes on the Freedom Flotilla to Gaza. Welcoming Chris Smalls home from being beaten in an IDF prison and immediately, allegedly, sexually assaulting a woman, a black woman, on the street, and then calling her a fat fuck. If that is this movement, if that is the pro-Palestine movement right now, I want a different one. I'm not saying I don't want to support this movement. I want a different one where he is not included. So I'm just gonna make a little one over here. I'm gonna support things, and I'm gonna keep motherfuckers like him blocked. Because I knew he was scummy. I knew he was an opportunist. But I knew if I called him out, I would get dogpiled as anti-Palestine and pro-genocide and an Israeli baby killer. That kind of rhetoric is allowing people like Jacob Berger to fester and grow and spread like a fucking fungus. You do not want this drunk sociopath as any face of any facet of this movement. It's not necessary. There are plenty of people who are well equipped to do it, and most of them are women of color. The fact that he immediately started taking advantage of and degrading Palestinian and Arab women, fetishizing them, should have been immediate exile from this. But somehow he weaseled his way onto that flotilla and is just soaking up all of the love. And I say, no fucking more, Jacob. Absolutely not. And to that end, this is how Nardine ended a lot of her information yesterday. And I thought it sort of speaks to what I've been saying. It's not just one person. I refuse to be too grateful to critique anyone who says genocide is bad. Those who truly support Palestine should be open to critique from Palestinians. So exactly, I refuse to be so grateful for the help that I allow myself to be abused, that I allow other Muslim women like me to be fetishized. I am not that grateful, she says. And I agree with her, I don't think we need to be that grateful, right? Oh my gosh, I didn't even show you guys. Here it is. I refuse to be too grateful to critique anyone who says genocide is bad. I have never seen a clearer example of someone grifting off of this movement, and where he is, you know there are more. He is just really doing it well. I think he is, because he is at the intersection of being Jewish in a movement that is highly critical of a Jewish ethno-state. He has kind of struck gold. It's like lightning in a bottle, and he is just trying to squeeze everything out of it. Because he's a fucking alcoholic. This is full addict behavior. Do we have a snarker in chat? Ghost Bear, are you in the subpoenas? We got a live one, folks. We got a live one. I have one more thing I want to end on. Just it was a great thread about performative activism, and it just really. Oh my God! Yes, finally, he's talking about it. Ethan's talking about Jacob Berger. Hi, Ethan. I wonder if he's watching. Hi, Ethan. Okay, hang on. This dude moved to Egypt. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'm getting tired. This dude moved to Egypt to be closer to Gaza. He was a passenger on a flotilla headed for Gaza and basically paused his entire life to dedicate all his time to helping Gazans. But there was one small problem. He's a tricky Jew. Can someone check with Hasan, Idubs, or Anissa? I've been told I'm hallucinating anti-Semitism by them. Oh, no, Ethan, you don't get it. No, Ethan, you don't get it, bro. Ethan, when you watch this, you'll understand. He does not have the full story. I wish Ethan would respond, like, see my shit. Oh no, Ethan's a moron. No, Ethan is misunderstanding something. He's reacting with all the information. Terrible take. I don't know if he is watching. He might have just seen this come up on Twitter, maybe. But yo, Ethan, no. You don't want to support this guy. You do not want to support this guy. Okay? Definitely not. Hi, Ethan. This guy sucks. This guy's really bad. Well, now I gotta make sure I clip this before morning. So maybe he'll see it before he says too much more. Okay, Ethan, no. Oh, God, I wish we were mutuals. Maybe someday he'll be able to see my responses. He'll take that down. 'Cause that's dumb. I think he was activated by the person calling out the fact that he's Jewish. But that is like a critical piece of this, right? Is that he's like using that as cachet in this movement. Okay, where is the performative solidarity? Here it is. This is a wonderful thread. Here we go. Ghost Bear, did you see all this stuff about this guy? Isn't it awful? Isn't it gross? That he's like fetishizing Palestinians and making Palestinian children with parents act like they're orphans. Terrible, right? I think we can all agree that this guy does not deserve to be in the movement, right? Like, he's just fucking gross. I'm not saying it's a false flag. Yeah, so I'm really glad that we're talking about it. I'm glad you're here to see it. Okay, solidarity from the imperial core often looks like virtue, but it's performance. Support for Palestine becomes content. Jacob Berger is not the exception. He's the latest example of how justice gets turned into spectacle. On performative solidarity, spectacle, and betrayal. Here is the fucking Habibti bullshit. The most dangerous form of solidarity is not silence, it's performance. The curated post, the live streamed vigil, the keffiyeh wrapped gift. Grift. It costs nothing, risks nothing, gives nothing back. This isn't just hypocrisy. It comes from the colonizer mindset. What did I say? White supremacist patriarchy. Liberation becomes a mirror for self-image. Movements are co-opted for branding. Real victims become props in someone else's story, like Jacob Berger making Palestinian children pretend they are orphans, props, for him to get donations. Spectacle sells and empire adapts. Figures like AOC, Bernie, Jon Stewart, Owen Jones, and countless others all absorb radical energy and redirect it into safe electoral immunity. Okay, I disagree with that. I don't think that these people are working for the fucking empire. Oh no, buddy, you were doing so well. I really thought that was going to be a beautiful thread about performance. Maybe we'll get back to it. Like, why are we talking about ContraPoints? This elegant cynicism flatters the viewer into inaction. No organizing, no alternatives, just ironic detachment. It may feel radical, but get back to Jacob. You were doing so well. There are countless examples of this, but most disturbing and immediate example is Jacob Berger. Okay, here we go. Get back on track. He had to do all of the fucking Hasan speak first. Jacob has actively worked to monetize this genocide. He has built a brand off Palestinian suffering and has turned his performance of solidarity as a Jewish man into a side hustle. Yep. This goes beyond self-centered solidarity. When support for the Arab community comes laced with sexual fetishization, and when critique is deflected through appeals to identity, like Allah will judge you, it stops being solidarity. It becomes performance rooted in entitlement, evasion, and extraction. And when people from these communities call out this behavior, it's not cancel culture, it's community defense. Exactly. Defend the community by getting rid of people like this fucking guy. If Palestinians, but see, like, Ethan was tricked by this shit. Like a million people have been. It's not weird. This is something that happens all the time, right? I know a lot of people who were tricked by this guy. I mean, I thought it was great in the beginning, but pretty soon I was like, this guy's fucking annoying. And clearly not doing it for the right reason. These radical liberal Zionist types aren't isolated. I don't think this guy would call himself a Zionist. I don't know what, I think he's just a fucking lizard person with no conscience at all. What unites them isn't principle, it's the impulse to center themselves and redirect the struggle around their image. Yes. See how I can like agree with some of the stuff he's saying, disagree with some of it, and not think this person is like a demon from hell? That's like being a human. Protecting the movement from these types of people is not gatekeeping, it is community safety, 100,000%. The cause does not owe a platform to people who exploit the trauma of Palestinian people for self-gain. They do not owe silence to those who cause harm in their own spaces. Amen. Palestinian liberation is not aesthetic, it is action. If charisma, personality, and branding are confused with commitment, this guy has no fucking charisma. I think he's like using the cause in place of charisma. Or if predators are treated as people of principle simply based on their identity, then the door for continued Zionist subversion will always be left open. That I don't know how I don't understand why. Is he just saying Zionist subversion because the guy's Jewish? Like, I don't think it's specifically Zionist subversion. I mean, this guy would definitely not say that he's a Zionist, right? I think it's the white cishet male patriarchy subversion, right? It's like, it's more than just Israel. It's more than just Zionism. I mean, this is men worldwide. This is the systems worldwide, right? That have literally made Israel, right? It's not like the Zionism is not the start of it. I don't think that's true. The only way forward is through clarity, accountability, and principled solidarity. Nothing else will protect the cause and nothing else will free Palestine. Love that. Some of the stuff in the middle was dumb, but I am glad I still shared it. Oh, wow. Definitely going to be looking for Ghost Bear tomorrow in Snark. Why would I ban you, Ghost Bear? Snark subreddits are where people get banned and can't talk about things and like disagree with each other. I don't ban people. If you're being kind and civil and not insulting, There's no reason we can't talk. Like you missed earlier in the stream when I was talking about this, but like we have so much more in common than we think. You should look up the narcissism of small differences. Here, I'll link it. I'll link it for you. And just read it and be like, wow, I think it'll be like, this is totally what's happening. This is totally what's happening between the H3 community and the Hasan community. It's not that anybody's evil, right? It's just, we have these small differences, mainly like you guys like Hasan's content, we like H3's content. And we are very similar, but there are some differences, and we tend, there's friction there. He will not read it. Well, I gotta try. I do miss Philo too. I hope Philo's doing well. It's very interesting. It's like the one, Freudian concept that I can get behind. It just seems rooted in fact. I've seen your video already. I don't know what video you mean. We want you guys here, but in good faith. Absolutely, Tiffany. Yeah, you can rewind and you'll see it. And I'm gonna chapter things. I need to go to bed though. I've been on since, oh my God, coming up on 4 hours. Okay, so that's the show tonight. So fuck Jacob Berger. I hope he is run out of here on a rail. I hope he is exiled from this movement and tarred and feathered. Oh, the psychology of snarkers. I don't know if I talked about the narcissism of small differences in that. But thank you for watching. Was it linked in the snark community? Is that why? Thank you, Beans. Yeah, I didn't think I hit on that. But yeah, seriously, check it out. Thank you, everybody. My voice, I'm going to have no voice tomorrow. Thank y'all for being here. It's Fuck Jacob Berger Day today. And I will see y'all. Probably not. Maybe Monday night, but I'm not sure because my in-laws are going to be in town until Wednesday morning. So I am not sure if I'm going to be able to squeeze in time to watch the show. But otherwise, I'll be back to my normal schedule probably Wednesday. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Bye.